Yay! Welcome back, everybody. It's the Blank Page Tavern. We are a group of friends and writers who are looking for ways to procrastinate our works in progress. And we are doing that today by playing Dungeons and Dragons. We've been on a bit of a hiatus because there was a book tour, there was a holiday season, and then there was just a lot of conflict in scheduling. And that was mainly on me. A lot of times everybody was available, and then I was like, oops, never mind. But anyway, welcome back. And also happy first anniversary. I don't know if you guys remember, but March 17th of last year, St. Patrick's Day, if you remember, my horrible butchering of the Irish accent. But St. Patrick's Day of last year was our first session. So now we are on episode 14 of Tomb of Annihilation, the official campaign published by Wizards of the Coast. We've been playing for a year. We are in chapter 2. So at this rate, it'll take us 5 years to finish the campaign. Anyway.
All right.
Honestly, you're not wrong. Like, there are so many people, so many of my neighbors are like, oh yeah, I've been in a campaign since the pandemic and stuff like that. So this is par for the course. Anyway, since it's been a while, I'm going to let all of you reintroduce your characters just so we have it. And also because, hold on. Every time. I could have done this a while ago, but I didn't. Where is it? Because we're in a tavern. Because we're in a tavern. Also, let me know what you're drinking today. So we're gonna start with Mars. Introduce your character. Also, give us a little flavor. Get not just like class and race and stuff. Like, give us, Micah's a flaw and a personality trait, and give us what you're drinking today in the tavern.
I'm boring today, and I just have water because I thought about making tea, and then my stomach started hurting, and I'm like, let's just play it safe. So I do have a very pretty glass, though, with flowers on it.
Lovely.
And I play Mycha, who is a neon green tiefling Circle of Spores druid. A flaw and a character trait, though. Flaw, they get distracted by mushrooms a lot. It's happened at least twice so far.
They have. And ferns. You got distracted by ferns last episode.
Listen, they are very stereotypical, and I love them. A character trait? All that I'm thinking of is the time that they were a dolphin, and then they turned back into a tiefling mid-air and landed on the deck of the ship with a nat 20.
Yeah. Stunning.
I don't know if that's a trait, but that's what we're going with.
No, actually, I love this. And I think I want this to be a thing that we do at the start of every episode now, where I ask you to just reflect on your character for a hot second. So that way it's like a good reminder for you. It's a good reminder for me. It's a good reminder for the one person watching. Also, who is it? Is it one of you guys?
I think it's probably me.
Are you?
I have the thing open.
You have the stream open? Okay. So
yeah,
Katie, it's helpful for Katie. And
yep.
And yeah, and I think that'll just help you build on your character and remember, all the things, all the adventures we've been on so far. So thank you, Mycha, for reintroducing yourself. Val, would you like to go ahead?
Hello, I am Katie Ann, also known as Katie Chandler. For 0 people that are here, pre-order my book back in a couple months, June 10th, 2025. Anyway, today I'm drinking a cherry Coke out of this tiki glass, which I thought was very appropriate for being in the jungle.
Yes, very nice.
And I needed some caffeine to wake me up. And I, during this campaign, am playing Valeth Valdron, also known as just Val. And she is a drow rogue who has white hair and purple eyes because she is my character. No, I'm kidding. She's she likes to think she is. Character trait is she is very loud and flirty, but has some interesting things going on in the campaign because she got attacked, I think two episodes, I almost said 2 seasons, 2 episodes ago. And so now she has a thick black streak of hair in her hair from that attack. And a flaw is that she will never stop running her mouth, and she will say stuff that will get everyone in trouble, unfortunately. But she will feel bad about it after. So at least there's that.
All right. Thank you, Val. Becca, would you like to... Val, tell us what she's drinking. Becca, would you like to tell us what you're drinking and then tell us about your character?
Yes, I am drinking green tea and I'm sorry if this is a repeat, but I get a little.
That is not a
It's
repeat.
not. She's so cute.
That is great.
You take the little bit off, and then it's the tea inside. Okay, good. It wasn't a repeat. I'm so excited. My character's name is Elara, and she's very young. She's a half-elf ranger. She likes to run into danger when she shouldn't. She has a signature move of stabbing people in the eyeball, which is not always a good thing because it doesn't always work. Which is why, like, you know, if Val gets her in trouble, she's totally there and willing to be like, I'll back you up. Mm-hmm. Which is why Val being missing this last episode was heartbreaking and like very disorienting for her.
Very fair. And you gave, yeah, you did. Okay. And Devesha, would you like to introduce your character and also tell us what you're drinking? And also, I'm going to go camera off because one of my cats just went to the restroom in the litter box and it is pungent, so I gotta go fix that.
Wow. Okay. I am Devesha, aka Grape Fry. I'm not drinking anything at the moment. When I get a chance, I'm going to grab a sweet tea, something to nibble on, because I didn't think Red Bull would be appropriate to drink after just taking medication. Could be wrong, but I don't think that's the best move. Anyway, I play Tephra Ashfall. She is an Earth Genasi monk. A flaw of hers is that, I don't know, she likes to pretend to be stubborn when she really isn't. And no, that's more of a character trait. It could be both. It's both. Yeah. And a flaw.
Both is good.
Keep going.
Oh, okay. I don't know. She has a bunch of siblings, and she didn't want to get attached to this party, but they reminded her of her siblings, so therefore she is attached. I don't got it.
We also have a flying monkey named McMuffin that Val bought in the city because she is a sucker for cute things.
We named our gang after
McMuffin Gang.
Yep. Val was not there for that. So
she'll be proud.
Yeah. All right. And I am Walismo. I am the DM. I am drinking pine needle tea that kind of seems like it's refusing to steep, but let's give it a sip. That just tastes like water. Okay. Anyway. And with all of that being said, let's go ahead and get into the episode. If you are watching this on the replay, I have decided that a little project of mine. So we'll see if it actually happens. But I'm going to go back, rewatch every episode, which given the fact that it's only 14 is not that big of a task, actually. I'm going to go back and rewatch every episode and take notes while watching, and then go and update all of the next episode's descriptions to have a recap of the previous episode in them. And I'm also going to go and capture the intros where I, as a DM, attempted to do a tiny little recap, and those like 30-second intros, and I'm going to squash those all into a little recap video that you can watch on the channel. So nice. I've got a couple things planned to make it easier for people who might be coming in to just kind of catch up. But last night I rewatched our 13th episode, and this is my breakdown of what happened last time. Last time on the Blank Page Tavern. Where is Val? ? As the party approached Fort Balerion, they noticed the fourth member of their party. Wow, we're already getting into repetitive writing. I'm in editor mode. I'm like, They noticed their fourth member, their rogue, vanished seemingly into thin air. Despite their guide's belief that Val has perished at the hands of the jungle, the party continued forward in the hopes that their fourth will reunite with them eventually. They explored the open bazaar of Fort Balerion, asked questions of a Tej and perhaps illicit watch merchant, and realized the fort is under the command of Older Ravengard. This came as a delight to Elara, whose name I spelled wrong in the description, who knows Older as Uncle Oldie from Baldur's Gate. He is not in residence, however, at the moment. In his stead are Liara, Portier, and Gruta. They are told by the Tej merchant that Gruta is who they should see if they want a charter of exploration. And as a reminder, the charters are necessary if they don't want to make enemies with the Flaming Fist. Why did I write a question mark there? Anyway, this was done at like 11 last night. Okay. After some general difficulty in making contacts with the center of the fort. Oh, within the center of the fort. Yeah, you guys were not running into very friendly people. The party was able to locate Gruta, the castellan, and inquire their charter for exploration. Gruta told them they could hire members of the Flaming Fist to join them on their adventure and reminded them that they must split any of their treasure with the organization at the end of their adventure. When asked what name should appear on the charter, the party decided to call themselves the McMuffin Gang. Charter in hand, they sold some weapons to a blacksmith in the fort and then headed out into the wilds. Mycha and Tephra had an evening sparring session, and Elara, spelled correctly this time, went hunting for dinner. During her hunt, she witnessed a large stegosaurus make its way through the jungle, which reminded her of the foreign nature of the land she finds herself in. The party's forward progress was halted by a day of tropical storms, but the next day, day 10 of the campaign, they were able to set out and travel for miles with no dangerous encounters. The party is currently heading south at a normal pace, and we are within the hex crawl. So, we're not in the tavern anymore. Where are we? We're in the deep jungle.
Oh, I love that background picture.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Lovely
All right.
work.
So, guys, it's the hex crawl. Let's get Mycha, let's get Val, and let's get Elara to each roll me a d20 so we can determine the weather for the day.
First
Also-
rolls of the year.
I know, only 3 months into the year. I was watching this video on, tips for DMs running Tomb of Annihilation, and they were like, whatever you do not do the weather rolls at the table. Do not roll for random encounters at the table. It's so boring. It's so boring. So I just want to say, if at any point you guys are like, this is so boring, well, we can change things up. But we're gonna do the hex crawl until you guys get tired of the hex crawl, and then but we can always change things up. I don't ever want you to feel like it's slogging or dragging. So
I like the weather rolls.
You do? Okay, good. Okay, cool.
Okay, so I'm
Let's go.
rolling too, a d20.
Yes. So Mycha is rolling for if it's sunshine. Oh no, Mycha's rolling for temperature.
Okay.
Val is rolling for wind, and Elara is rolling for precipitation.
So I got a 7.
Okay. So I believe that means it's a normal temperature.
And I got a 10.
And
Those
Val?
aren't my good rolls. I got an 18.
Okay. Every time I can't find the weather table every time.
You gotta put like a
I do.
tab in there.
Well, the thing is that I have the Tomb of Annihilation DM screen. But where is it? That's the question, because I had it out and now it's gone again. So, oh wait, is it in this? Is it literally exactly where it's supposed to be? It is, you guys. I found it.
Shocking. This is shocking news.
Literally the most shocking. We have it. The Tomb of Annihilation DM screen. Okay. Mycha, what was that roll one more time?
7.
Okay, so a 7 means it is, in fact, normal. It's going to be 90 degrees this morning.
Great.
Okay.
Normal.
So
That's
normal.
normal. Val, you rolled an 18.
Yes, correct.
It is windy as hell. There is a strong breeze. There's a strong breeze. And then Elara, what'd you roll?
A 10.
A 10. It is not raining though. It's not raining. Tephra, go ahead and roll me a d20, because given all of this information, wind, no rain, hot, we are going to determine whether or not it is cloudy. And if it is not cloudy, then our beloved drow Val will be rolling today at disadvantage. So if it's over 10, it's not cloudy.
It is a 10.
Wait.
What?
Okay, I'm
What
gonna
you mean?
say it's partly cloudy. So it'll be dependent. It'll be dependent on, okay. We're on the cusp. We're cusping
Now,
it.
Since it's 90 degrees, is it a hot wind or is it a cool wind?
It's a tropical wind. But at least there's air. At least the air is not stagnant.
Okay.
Okay. So, to be fair though, Val's not here. So whether or not it's sunny or not, it's irrelevant. It is the morning after your first real and fairly uneventful travel day, and you guys all wake up to this warmth, breezy. You wake up to the sounds of your tents going, and also I've decided we're not going to do like daily. Oh, actually, you know what? No, I'm not deciding anything. You guys decide stuff. What I want now is for you all to sit as a party and decide what constitutes breaking down camp for you. And given that decision, that will affect your like resource usage and stuff, which we won't check in with every single day. We can just shorthand say, we set up camp, we break down camp. And we'll do this for setting up camp later tonight if we get to later tonight, if you guys all survive the day. So talk amongst yourselves from a strategic standpoint. What are the steps that you take on this day to get yourself ready for the day, ready for the jungle, and break down camp?
So I think
Oh, sorry. You go. Sorry.
I think we decided that so that we don't have to look for water every single day, I have the create water spell. So that's something that we do in the morning, is make sure everybody's canteens are filled so we're not dying of thirst.
So you're saying that every single day you're going to expel one of your spell slots to just confirm that you guys have water. Okay.
I feel like that's a good use of resources.
I think one person should keep guard because of the roaming stegosauruses and stuff like that, just to make sure that we're not in the middle of taking down camp and we get surprised by anything. We can rotate that though, right? Just like morning to night, like one person is the one that it takes point on that.
Aren't we rotating like watch shifts anyway? So like whoever is in the morning shift is started, and then when everyone wakes up,
just keep going while they break down camp. Yeah, that's perfect. Who was on guard when we were at that time when we woke up? Do we have that record at all? No.
I'm not sure. I know you guys at the end of last episode, the day ended. I wasn't sure a guard order occurred, but I had rolled and no encounters were occurring in the night. So you passed an uneventful night. We'll say Eku was on guard for most of the night, perhaps.
Okay. And then I can, like, let's say I took over for the last part of the morning, so I'll just still keep an eye out while you guys are breaking down camp.
And then it's just a matter of shoving everything back into the bag of holding.
Yes.
Or eating the bag of holding.
Is there anything else you want to, just for the specific circumstances of being in the jungle, is there anything else that you want to do to prepare for that?
Are we putting on our repellent every day?
Yeah. Those insects.
For sure.
We've got, and how many, we bought enough that we could use one every day, right? That was what our...
Yeah, we have like 3 months worth for everyone because it was like so cheap.
Right. Okay, so we apply our 24-hour insect repellent.
All right.
And what about food? Do we just our rations just to make sure that they're ready and still good? And
yeah, I feel like we would forage along the way for food or like hunting. But that's what we would just check to make sure everything's fine.
You were doing when you found the stegosaurus. You were hunting that night.
I was actually trying to hunt for some food. Did I even finish that? I don't.
That was 2 days ago. So you were able to get food, and you guys were fine. Okay. All right. So with knowing that, and is there anything else that you guys want to do in the mornings? It's part of your morning routine. Prayer circle, any sort of other like preparatory spells.
Pray for Val to come back.
Pray for Sindra.
Oh yeah, her too.
Yeah. I can write that down. All right. Okay, so let me pull up. Get ready with me to save the world from a death curse, Katie Ann says in the comments. Let me go ahead. Oh, and also, guys, I did try and find a high quality map, but unfortunately, it seems none exist that are going to allow me to like zoom high in without you guys getting this pixelated version, unfortunately. But the nice thing is once you guys get out of this, if you ever get out of this top part, and it's going to be easier to see where we are once we're in the actual like hex, the uncharted territory. But this is where you are. You're currently 2 hexes away from Port Balerion, which again, each of these hexes is about 10 miles. Yes, Tephra.
Sorry, is that something we should be doing at the end or the beginning of the day? Is like updating our own record, like our own map?
That's a great idea. You can choose that at the start or at the end. That's up to you guys.
I feel like that's an end of the day thing.
At the end of the day. Okay.
Yeah. Because we got the map that we were given and then also the copy. So I want to make sure everything is like lined up and accurate.
Except Mycha, you currently have the original and Val currently has the copy. So you're down to 1 map right now. So, but at least you're not down to 0. Like, damn, that 30-year-old was impressive.
Okay.
Also, I was like, there are 2 people here now, and I realized the second person's me because I was reading the intro. That's like all I call it. All right. So, well, what do you guys have for breakfast? Just rations, or?
Yeah, I mean,
if there's anything that we like immediately recognize as edible in the area, maybe we'd grab some stuff. But I don't want to like waste time trying to find something.
That's true. That's just more for flavor of like, what do you guys think? And then my next question is if you want to take a moment to RP here as we are in before we get started for the day. You guys you're sitting around your campfire, chewing on your food, having breakfast, considering the large and long and arduous journey ahead of you. You're welcome to take a moment here to discuss amongst the party of anything you wish to discuss.
are we giving up on Val?
So
I don't know. Have we been walking at a slower pace?
We've been going normal.
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know, like, should we go back? I mean, what if she's at the fort thinking that we would go back and meet her there? Like, what if she just got lost?
I feel like we would have noticed like signs of her walking away if she got lost. I have this thing that I forgot that I had called the Horn of Silent Alarm.
Okay.
And so I can blow this horn and Val would be the only one to hear it because it's just one person. And it then obviously it wouldn't alert other people to our location, but if Val is around to hear it, she would know. I mean, she would have to assume that it's us doing it, but she would know the direction that we're in.
I mean, I think we should try anything we possibly can because I don't feel good about leaving Val behind. I just don't. A part of me wants to go back.
I don't think she would want us to go back, but I feel bad. Like, I feel like we should have been leaving some breadcrumbs or something. Snapping branches, maybe. Who knows the direction we're going in.
Yeah. I don't know. The more days go by, the worse I feel. I don't want to leave her.
Eku is sitting in the corner by the fire, and you can just see she's got kind of this like look on her face like, I told you guys your friend was dead and you need to get over it. Like, damn, this is crazy. The jungle takes what it takes. But she's not saying any of that out loud. That's what her face is saying. It's a very expressive face.
I'm like blocking myself from her. Like, I can't stand her. Why did we pick her? I don't know. I feel in my gut that Val is still alive, and I mean, I think you should try the horn because I'm willing to try anything right now.
Yeah. So I will.
Echo, I know you think she's dead, but on the off chance, because as a friend of mine have once said, nobody, no crime. We don't know for sure. Do you have anything that could aid in our process of either like trying to alert her to let her know where we're going, where we're heading, or something of anything.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Okay.
What? That's a perfectly normal thing to ask a player to do.
No, but girly. Oh shit. Okay, that was a nat 20. Hello.
Nice. Okay.
It's just Girly Pop is not charismatic at all. So I was like, oh, okay.
So Eku kind of gives you a long look, and she says, "Normally, I would not be. What is this accent? I don't know. I would not be eager to waste resources on a lost cause, but let me look." And she starts kind of going through her pack and her items. And you guys can continue on. She'll get back to you if she's got anything to do. I need to read her character sheet.
All right. So I guess we'll just break down the tents and everything.
Yeah. Are we going to try the horn thing, though?
I did.
I think
You didn't hear it because only one person can hear it.
Oh,
And I got Val in mind.
Gotcha. Okay.
So if she's
Wherever Val is, she just goes, "Oh God."
it specifically says that it's not deafening. It's just loud.
And Mycha, does it are there any limitations in terms of distance or
600 feet.
okay, thank you. Val, wherever you are, you hear nothing.
Okay, never mind.
No. Well, psychically, maybe.
what's it called, Micah? Horn
The
of-
horn of silent alarm.
Oh, interesting.
What's interesting, Dungeon Master?
Okay, give me a second. Eku is looking through her. I've never used this spell before. Okay. Eku is looking through her bag, and she turns to Tephra and she says, "I don't have any particular items I can think of, but," and she kind of seems hesitant, but you did roll a natural 20, so she'll say, "I can only do this. I can't do this very often, but I can try. If we stay here for a bit, I can do a ritual, and I can try and see if my mind's eye can find her."
I would really much appreciate it.
What? I need to see what components. Okay, so she looks at all of you and she goes, "I need something worth at least 1,000 gold pieces. Like I need does anybody have like a silver mirror on them or a diamond or anything like that?" It won't consume it won't be consumed. I just need to have it to focus.
I'm checking my
Damn
bag.
it! I gave my good jewel to the fish.
Your good jewel to the fish?
Whatever was in the ocean that we had to
The turtle
give.
dragon thing?
Oh,
Yeah.
the dragon okay, gotcha. I was like, what? Okay.
I don't remember that.
I don't. I have the most expensive thing I have is a 100 gold piece book. I don't think that's quite it.
Would one of our signet rings of House Sylvain work?
No, those are not that expensive. I mean, they're nice, but they're not worth 1,000 gold.
Okay. Yeah, because I only have weapons and supplies.
Eku turns to you and she goes,
What? Oh,
I have a vow of poverty. I have nothing. What? Yes?
sorry. Don't I have the bones of some bird?
You mean the Aarakocra thing that Eku specifically is annoyed that you have?
Shoot.
I just remembered that. Thank you.
Yeah.
We're gonna leave that alone for now. We do not need to bring that one up.
Yeah. No, I'm putting that one back in the vault. Fuck.
Well, let us just say this. There are many treasures in the jungle. And if we come across something that could be used as such a magical focus for me, I can try and find your friend if her spirit is still on this plane.
Okay. It has to be a single object of that amount.
It has to be a very rare item I can use as a focus.
Okay.
And then also, if we have an item of hers as well, it will make it easier for me to find her.
I feel
like a lock of
Elara?
hair or something.
Oh, okay. I was thinking about, a weapon, but sure, lock of hair. Who keeps those? I guess we should just keep moving and then
Oh my
keep our
gosh.
eyes peeled along the way.
Why, Katie Ann, why are you quoting Sarita Flues? Oh my goodness.
She said "No body, no crime." As a friend of mine
Oh.
once said "No body, no crime," and I was like, as the iconic singer-songwriter Sarita Flues once
That
said
is
"No body, no
true.
crime."
Yeah, I should say that there has technically been a secret episode not of this campaign, but in this world back in November when most of us, very sadly Mars was not present, but when most of us were present, back in Coventry, some shenanigans were afoot, and we had a very famous bard get into some interesting shenanigans. Anyway. Okay, all that to say, you guys now have a potential way of finding Val. You've discovered that your guide is, you already kind of knew Eku was more powerful than she was letting on, but now you're realizing she might be quite a bit more powerful than she was letting on. If this really is a skill that she has, that she can scry on someone. But now you have a direction, like a metaphorical direction of you have an object you need to find if you're going to find Val, if she still lives.
So since I have been having a growing distrust and dislike for her, but I'm not saying anything because obviously I don't want to mess it up for the group, but just I'm making behind her back so she doesn't see me, but I am making faces of couldn't she have brought this up earlier, and why did she make us wait? I'm getting more and more distrustful of her.
Okay,
but I'm keeping it to myself. I'm not sharing it with everybody yet.
All right.
You're not verbalizing, but your face says 1,000 words.
You
very
guys,
very expressive, just like Eku.
And I was gonna say, you guys know and pick up on it, I'm sure, because I can't hide it, but I have been consciously trying to hide it from Eku.
All right, noted. Thank you. All right, so your camp has been broken down. You have cast your spells for the day. You have bombastic side eye from Elara, as Katie Ann says in the comments. That is your position on the map. Where do we go? And also, at what pace do you go?
The blue dot?
The blue dot. Well, it's technically a hexagon, but then I shrunk it down so much it turned into a circle. But it is a hexagon. Okay.
Where is the temple ? That Eku said the people there might know about this black obelisk thing?
So she was telling you about the Naga, a spirit guardian in Nangalore. And is this what I wanted? That is what I wanted. Yes. Okay. And that temple is in the Mist Cliff Mountains. Why is that called the Cobalt Mountains now? Oh, no, here's the Mist Cliff Mountains. Haha, sorry, I got confused. So this is the Mist Cliff Mountain range right here. And she said that Nangalore, where you, or Nangalore or Longu, whatever. The Naga, the spirit guardian, is in this little horseshoe shaped bow. What the?
That's cute.
There we go. This little area right here within the mountain range. Which,
looks like a boiled egg with a tiny yolk.
The last time you said it was an avocado. So.
Oh, both.
Yeah.
So are those rivers that we would have to cross, or should or
here?
Yeah.
Yes, those are indeed. That is a river. That is, well, you don't know the names of those rivers, but that is a river. And actually, those would be labeled on your map, wouldn't they? Let me see if I can actually read this thing if I zoom out to a better. Okay, well, I have my own map, so I'm just going to look at that.
River Toos something, Toosby?
You know know what? This map on the other side has the blacked out version. I wonder if I could just take like a high quality picture of it and upload it for you guys to see, because that would make this process a lot less annoying for me, because I don't like the way that you can't, it's like all fuzzy. Okay, so this is the map you guys have, and it does indeed say there would be 2 rivers you would need to cross from your current position: the river Tyrki and the river Soschenstar.
Okay, but they are crossable.
Yes, and yes, Aku says that they are navigable and crossable.
Okay.
Not easily, but you can.
Okay.
Are they go aroundable? No, it's over, but
they stretch for quite a long time. They would. Well, let me look. Okay, so Eku tells you that the river Tyrki actually is you could go around it, and it wouldn't, like, Orlanga, the place that you want to go, which is within that little bow shaped of the Miscliffe Mountains, is further south than the southern end of River Tyrki, like from the
so we can go around Turkey but not like lose any time, because we wouldn't have to backtrack upward.
Right. But then if you go all the way south that way, then you will come across something called the Aldani Basin, which is where the river Soschenstar feeds into, or I guess that's the source. And that's just that poses its own level of danger, but there's danger everywhere in these jungles. So, but so she kind of takes her finger and she tries to like improve the map for you. Okay, so actually she says this is right here, the source of the river Tyrki. And so if we were to walk all the way down this way, can you guys see my pointer when I do this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So she says if we were to walk all the way down this way, we could come round and we would not hit this river, but the Soschenstar does feed in, and this right here is the Aldani Basin, and we would have to cut across it. So
Gotcha. So it might be better just to cross the 2 rivers.
It is. It's up to you. I mean, again, there are. It's up to you.
Crazy idea. What if we found a boat and just tried to sail around again?
But also, Eku, aren't you our guide? Aren't you supposed to guide us?
To find a boat would be difficult, and also the problem with that is that at least if we travel south and then west, it is jungle. If we tried to sail around, we'd have to deal with pirates in the water, and then we'd end up on the western side of the Miscliffe Mountains, and we would have it would be extremely treacherous, even though it is a shorter. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you meant to go around the coastline. Yes, canoes. If we had a canoe, we could go down the rivers, and we could go at quite a quick pace that way. Yes.
All right. Thank you for that information.
So if you wanted to do that, my biggest recommendation then would be to make our way through the jungle right now back to Port Nyanzaru and purchase a canoe there, and then start, because both rivers, their deltas make up the surrounding area of Port Nyanzaru. You can see the deltas on the map. See, this is the delta for the Soschenstar, and this is the delta for the Tyrki.
I say we do that, because then we can look for Val.
All right. So you guys are going to head back to Port Nyanzaru.
I mean, that's my vote, but I don't know what you guys think.
I like that plan, because then we don't have to worry about pirates or dragon turtle. I don't know if you would want more tribute.
Yeah.
I feel like the jungle is probably our best bet to get back there, even if it takes a little longer, but then we can go from there.
Yeah, and maybe we can find Val, or maybe Val will have heard your call, and maybe we can find her. Because I'm not giving up.
Echo. Also, yeah, I think I looked up the horn, and it says you can do it 4 times, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
4 times a day.
Perfect.
what is in Port? This is a Gallagher Castle something. By
Oh, I see what you're saying. Port Castigliar. Port Castigliar.
like what is that port known for? Like just
Right. Eku says, oh, yes, give me a second. Let me go through my field book. It's just a really big world, okay? There's a lot. It's all in alphabetical order, at least. Ugh, Nanny Poo Poo. She's the worst. You hear her say as she's moving through her thing. That's Nangalore or Lungu.
I hope this insect spray doubles as sunscreen.
Hello? Does Eku not have notes on it? And by that I mean, does the DM's guide not have notes on it? Hello? I'm trying to go into the appendix, but I don't know. My cats are getting up to nonsense. I can hear them. Talk amongst yourselves. RP while I find this, please.
I'm going to take my big scarf that I have, and I'm going to offer it to Tephra. You can wear it as like a head wrap to keep the sun off your face if you'd like.
Tephra is made of rock and stone and is incapable of becoming sunburned. I would just like to say.
Tephra has rock and stone and gems, okay, and sometimes they get dry.
Okay, fair enough.
He likes to be moist.
Moist.
Moisturized, maybe that was a better word.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. I feel like being resistant to fire, sunburn wouldn't hurt me as much. I'm willing to take one for the team.
Sorry for my notes. What did we say we're doing when we break down camp again?
You said I wrote it down. You said Mycha uses a spell slot for create water. Elara said encourages people to take watch. You put on bug repellent. You eat food, and you pray for syndrome. For real?
And at night we're updating the map.
Yes.
I gotta note this stuff.
I'm gonna toot my horn throughout the day. Try and find.
All right, actually, so you guys are heading straight south. Tell me which hex you're heading towards. Are you going this direction, this direction, this direction to get to Port Nyanzaru? What direction are you heading?
South.
West?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna move to. The goal is to get to this hex today, or if you go at a fast pace, you could get to. Hey, no, you can get to this hex today. That's up to you.
Okay.
What pace are you gonna move at today?
I think Val, if she did end up back at Fort Balerion and didn't find us, she would not be stupid enough to go into the jungle alone and would be more likely to go back to Port Nyanzaru, hitch a ride with someone. So
Yeah,
I think the faster we get to Port Nyanzaru would make sense.
Yeah, I agree.
I think she is stupid enough to go into the jungle on her own, but
No, I mean, if she thought that, I feel like that's a good base of where we would. But you're right. Who knows? She might. But
yeah, we can move at double speed to get there sooner.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Also, by this point, Eku looks up from her field guide. She goes, "Oh, yes, of course. Port Castellar is not even a port. It's just a stretch of abandoned beach. There used to be a depot there, but there's nothing there anymore."
Okay.
Oh, free real estate.
Maybe after we fix this death curse, Tephra.
I know.
So you guys are going to move fast today. Is that what you decided?
Yeah.
All right. So with that in mind, I want Tephra, Elara, and Mycha, so just the people that are here, to roll D20s. Tephra, actually, no, let's just start with Tephra. Tephra, roll me a D20, and this is going to determine what we encounter in the jungle for the morning. But also do remember that not every encounter needs to be fought. I'm going to just, because it's been a while, I'm going to remind you guys that we are randomly generating encounters right now. That's how the hex crawl works. And so you guys have abilities given to you by me that help you determine whether or not an encounter is survivable. So I'm just going to remind you of that because it's been a while and I wanted you guys to remember that you have that.
I rolled a 9.
Rolled a 9.
Is anyone crafty? Could we like craft our own canoe?
I don't think we have the materials needed to make a canoe.
Babe, we're in the jungle. There's wood all around us.
I think canoes are made out of like dried animal skin to keep it watertight.
Oh, what am I thinking of? Then a kayak? No, that's plastic.
I think you're just thinking of a regular boat.
All right, so as you guys walk through the jungle, it's a hot morning, but the wind is blowing. And for a second, you're like, whoa, the wind, it sounds really weird. And then there's rustling, and up in the trees, you see this horde, I guess is the word I'd be looking for, of baboons. Just, I don't know the sound that baboons make, but they are jumping through the jungle, the treetops, and you watch as they go by. And you continue to walk, and the sweat is like dripping down your neck. And there are moments where it is bright sunshine streaming through the treetops, and then moments where cloud comes, and it should be sweet relief, but the air is so warm that you're just woof. And you guys are going fast too. So I'm going to say I want everybody to roll a Constitution saving throw.
I have a question about these baboons.
Yeah.
Do they look like they're running away from something?
Roll a nature check for me.
Constitution.
12 nature.
They did not give off a sense of being like in fear. It just kind of almost looked as if you were in their territory, and this was just, their daily behavior. They're moving from trees to trees looking for food, social hour, chitty chat, having a good time. They're really not even taking notice of you.
What about
McMuffin? I'm like, McMuffin's here, right?
Yeah.
No, McMuffin is not with you guys.
Okay. Okay, my saving throw is 7.
Are
they together? At least they're together.
I got a 15 saving throw.
Okay. And Tephra?
It's the same thing, right? The check and the throw are the same modifier.
It's not a saving throw. Well, for some, it is a saving throw. I'm so sorry. For some people, it is. If you're proficient in it, you can have the same modifier.
Okay, it looks the same to me. 8. No, not great.
Okay. Well. Okay. So, Elara and Tephra, by about 2 p.m, you are both so tired. You are drinking water. You are trying to keep up with the amount that you're sweating out, but you can feel that you're not. And you are really, really struggling, and you both take on 1 level of exhaustion. So there's a way you can mark that on D&D Beyond. There's like a little button for exhaustion, and it should tell you the
conditions.
I believe it is under conditions. And
exhaustion. Here we go.
And I believe at your first level you have disadvantage on, I believe, saving throws.
Okay, so just level 1.
Yes, just 1 level of exhaustion. You have disadvantage on ability checks, excuse me.
Okay.
So basically, anytime I ask you to do anything from now on, unless I say it's a saving throw or an attack, you have to roll with disadvantage.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to plug my computer in.
By this point, how far into our goal?
By this point, you have made it you've made it to 1 hex. So you are oh, okay. Go away, please. You are now, so you started like right here. You are now right here.
Okay.
And you're going to keep going, I'm assuming.
Are you guys
Can we
good?
take-
Do you want to like
Oh,
rest?
I'm going to roll for Eku. She's fine.
Yeah. Can we take like a little rest? Would that help?
Only a long rest will reduce your level of exhaustion. A short rest will not reduce your level of exhaustion.
Okay.
Well, then I guess let's power through since
All right.
we're exhausted.
If you guys are sure, I'm not the one with the level of exhaustion.
I don't know. How do you do it? Oh my god.
It is the demands of the jungle. Sometime we must keep going.
Okay.
But if you would like to stop, of course we can stop. But this will be a common occurrence.
Okay. Whatever.
Let me know if you guys need more water.
Okay. Yeah. In terms of conjuring, though, she can only do it in the morning, right? Like 1 spell slot. So we only have the water that we have. For the morning.
I can do it whenever I want. I just have limited spell slots.
Right. Okay. So we probably don't want to waste those. Okay. But
How much water does it? I'm sorry, Micah. How much water
10
does it
gallons.
take? 10 gallons.
Let me
So-
double check.
I will say, Elara and Tephra, you both have consumed 1 of your gallons of water at this point because you're really going for it. Like, so normally I would say everybody, you're supposed to consume 2 gallons per day to stay. If you don't, you become exhausted, among other things. But so actually at this point, you would both have consumed your 2 gallons of water because you're consuming water at double the rate to try and fight because of how tired you are.
Yeah.
But both Micah and Eku have only consumed 1 of theirs, so you guys have 4 gallons of water left for the day, and you need 6 more gallons. So but you also have water. You have rain catchers. You have stuff like that. So that's another thing that you want to think about when you're setting up your camp is like to catch rain at night and stuff like that too. So we'll talk about that later tonight.
Right. We had all those rain catcher stuff. Okay. Okay. I mean, obviously we both need the water. So yes, Micah, could I have some of your water, please?
I'm not gonna like not drink any water because that's stupid. But if I see one of them needs a sip more than I do, I'm willing to share what's left of mine.
Okay. Micah, you do
How much
know
does the spell create water create?
10.
10 gallons. I could cast at a higher level, but I don't know how many like canteens we have.
Right.
So I need a container to put it in.
Yeah.
All right. So who rolled the first d20 for the encounter this morning? That was Tephra, I believe. You rolled a d20 and you got a 9. And then it led to baboons in the trees.
Was that it?
I believe that was Tephra. So Elara, why don't you give me the an encounter roll for the evening or for the afternoon?
Okay. Oh, God. The pressure.
Or roll me a d20. I'm so sorry.
18.
Because I did the baboon encounter wrong. I'm just realizing because I'm a silly goose. Because you're supposed to roll a d20, and then depending on how high that roll is, then you roll a d100. Okay, that was high enough. So we're going to say you still saw the baboons, even though you weren't supposed to, because a 9 should not have gotten you. All right. Elara, can you now roll me a d100, please?
Okay. Okay, here we go. I was like, where's the D100? Okay, there we go. Oh, 1? Is that right? No. Did I do this right?
Can you describe it?
Two dice rolled. It said custom roll.
I guess so.
You rolled a 00 on the tens dice and then a 1 on the ones dice.
Yeah, it's just literally saying 1.
So she
So,
So funny.
wow.
The probability of that, hilarious.
That's funny.
One?
Okay.
Also, by the virtue of math, I feel like we should individually have like half a thing of water, Elara, and then there should be 2.5 extra.
Okay.
Or
Tephra.
like, there's
Tephra.
some extra.
Tephra,
Sorry.
listen to me. Okay. Mycha created 10 gallons of water. Okay.
Yeah.
There are 4 of you.
Okay, yes.
Okay. So you each have roughly 2.5, but you
Yes.
and Elara have consumed 2 already. Normally you only need 2 for the day. You and Elara are going to have to consume 4 because you're already exhausted. That's what I'm saying when you need more water.
Oh, yes. I thought it was said that we are like out of water right now.
You're
too.
not out of water. You're just going to need more water.
So we each
Okay.
have a half
You're
gallon of our own water left right now, but we're going to need another gallon and a half or
Yeah.
2 gallons.
And
half,
at this point in the afternoon, you're
Yeah.
done. You've used your extra half gallon and you're thirsty and you're wanting
Okay.
more water.
Gotcha.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And there are small streams and stuff. You are welcome to dip your canteens into those streams to refill them if you want to. It's about finding water, right? It's not raining today, so you can't fill it up with rainwater, but there are small sources of water, like little stagnant pools. It's up to you.
Ew.
I don't
just
trust the groundwater.
I'm just presenting you with the option. All right, so you rolled a 1.
A
So
stagnant pool, girl, you trying to kill me?
yes.
Actually, I am.
Okay, so as you walk, the like large gray clouds move in, and actually it's nice. The temperature drops into the high 80s from the 90s instead of rising, because it was rising. It was like in the mid 90s by this point in the afternoon, but the breeze increases, the temperature drops a little bit, and you're all walking. 2 of you are exhausted. I'm gonna want everybody to, and you're still moving at a fast pace, so I want everybody to roll me. Nope, never mind. That just happens twice. Exhausted, trudging. There's not much speaking happening. You're just trying to focus, hacking through the jungle. And all of a sudden, Mycha, Elara, and Tephra, your ring fingers start burning. Not painfully, but there's warmth that is like different than the warmth of your surroundings. But it feels like a burning. You're kind of shocked, and then you realize it's not warmth. It's cold. That the rings on your hands are turning ice cold. And there's a point at which you're like, oh, that's hot. And you're like, oh, that's cold. And you're like, oh, that's kind of nice. And then there's a strange smell of electricity and like a weird sound. Val, you were walking with your friends, dreading having to go to the Flaming Fist at Fort Valerian. There was a little mud pile that you were all walking through, a little like patch of mud, and you were noticing the steps of it, the boots, the mud on your boots, and McMuffin resting on your shoulder. And you kind of take 1 second because your boot got kind of really lodged in the mud, and so you lock it up. Ugh, annoying. And you step forward, and all of a sudden, you just feel disoriented. You're still surrounded by Echo and your friends, but the trees aren't what they look like. Wow, that was weird, but whatever. Fort Valerian, here we go. Ugh, this jungle is annoying and weird.
God, I hate this fucking jungle. Ugh.
Val?
What? Yeah, what?
Oh,
Oh my god. Oh wait.
y'all
is
see
it-
her too, right?
Wait, did she just reappear? Is that what just happened?
What do you mean reappear? I've been here the whole time. What are you
No,
talking
you've
about?
been gone for 3 days and we've been looking for you.
3.
Looking is subjective, but we were worried.
I've been looking for you. Trying
Where
to.
the fuck are we?
Oh,
Are we still in Schultz?
south of Fort Valerian.
Yeah, we're going back to Port Nazareth.
We're gonna get some canoes.
Oh, she's like, why are you confused, Mom?
McMuffin.
Nothing.
Thank you, McMuffin.
Oh my gosh.
It's okay, baby girl. We're okay, baby. We're okay, baby. Yes, it's okay.
Oh my god. I can't. That's so sweet.
So cute.
Is this real? Are you really upset?
It's not real. We're playing D&D, baby. You're a flying monkey now. Okay, so we're.
Would you know where you were? Where were you?
I was literally walking through that mud pile, and my foot got stuck. And that's why I said I hate this fucking jungle, because my foot was just stuck. And I look up, and you guys are shocked to see me, as if I wasn't just standing with you 5 seconds ago.
Echo,
Did I just time jump?
I don't. Echo, what's happening? You said you know this jungle. She's disappeared. She has no idea where she's been.
Echo is looking at Val and looking at all of you, and her mouth is wide open, her eyes are wide in surprise and shock, and she just says, I cannot believe it. It makes no sense.
What did I say? No body, no crime. I'm so glad.
Oh, Sarita Flues. I love her.
It shows you how many times Echo probably left people behind who weren't actually behind.
But I ended up right with you guys again.
Echo gives you a very hard look, Elara, for saying that.
Yeah.
Well, Val, I'm
Surely.
glad you're back.
Good to be back. Didn't know I was missing. I didn't know I was not back.
Okay,
We're
I
so
like
back, I guess.
run up to her and I give her like, even though it's totally uncharacteristic of me, but I just hug her like big bear hug.
I just like wrap
Don't
like
ever
one
leave me
arm.
again.
I'll try not to, but I don't know how that happened.
And then I'm
I'll
like,
give her a
oh,
hug too. And I'm like, do you have extra water?
oh yeah. Do you?
When we're like low
Where's
and
my-
they're almost empty, I'm going to refill them. I just don't want to do it too early because I think we only have 10 gallons worth of canteens, and unless you want to take like a little shower, I can put the water over you.
Oh, an interesting thought. Let's circle back to that in a moment.
Mm-hmm. We have a few options.
Oh my
Do
god.
I have any water? DM? Do I have any water?
You would have had whatever supplies you had on you when you disappeared. And
She disappeared like at the beginning of the day, right?
middle of the day, but yeah, you have probably about 1 gallon of water on you at this point.
Okay.
You are thirsty though, it's hot.
Whew. Oh my god.
That's true, but I haven't been in existence for 3 days.
You don't know that. I mean, you do know
I mean,
that now.
I
You're not you're not.
Yeah, I get it.
To you, it doesn't feel like that. It was one step to the next.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So
And I'm like, I'm gonna pat her down, like you're
Okay,
good,
this
no
is-
wounds or anything.
We need
I'm gonna
to
look in my
avoid-
Birkin bra for the copy of the map.
Oh
and
god.
see if I
Yes.
still have it.
It is not with you. It's there.
Oh my god.
I like pull out the map. I'm like, oh, thank God.
It's
Oh.
a
most
little
important
sweaty.
thing.
It's got some boob sweat on it, but otherwise it's fine.
She just tucks it back in. But oh my God, how many days have we missed? How many days have we been gone? I don't remember.
It's
Like
been 3, right? I said 3, but I don't.
Yeah,
I'm
3 days.
About 3 days.
Okay.
Mhm.
So does that mean? I mean, that means we should be very careful, obviously, about where we step. If she took one step into, like, do you remember what the mud looked like, so we can avoid it? Like, maybe it's a time portal or something.
It was just I don't know. Like it was just mud. I mean, we all walked through the same mud. It's just my foot was like, it literally was just I was walking. I put one foot down, and the stupid fucking mud was getting on my good hiking boots.
Ugh.
And I literally went to step, and then all of a sudden y'all are looking at me, and I'm like, why is everyone looking at me? I have done absolutely nothing. So did we get the charter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Welcome
yeah.
to the McMuffin Gang.
I still think we need to
and we
change
panicked.
that.
How dare you? McMuffin is a great addition to this team.
It doesn't give fearsome.
We're not supposed to get fearsome.
Yeah,
It
we're
gives a
trickling.
playground. Well, I know we're not fearsome, but other people don't need to know that.
If they think we're fearsome, they're gonna try to take us out or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Whatever. We're
Because-
wasting time. Can we?
Yeah,
I know I've missed 3 days, but
Yeah, our
Let's-
plan right now is to go and get a canoe at Port Nazareth so that we can travel the rivers instead of having to go through the jungle or going
Okay.
over the rivers.
Mm-hmm.
okay. Slay.
Yeah. So that's what we've been doing. We've been going super fast though, and I'm thinking because of this weather, it was probably a bad idea because Tephra and I are exhausted.
Yeah, we're learning.
Yeah.
Well, whatever you guys did, it somehow put me back here.
Yeah. How did it? I
So-
mean, our rings burned and then they got really cold, and then there was like this electric charge, and then you were back. So somehow our rings, like maybe
Thank
they
you.
got you back.
Yeah,
Thank you,
maybe
Syndra.
don't lose it, just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's make sure that. I mean, not that we would, but like,
May I? What rings are you discussing? May I see what?
oh,
you're-
it's none of your business.
I'm gonna show her.
Val holds
No.
out her hand where she has it on. It's a ring that our house gave us in Coventry. It's so that we all know, usually they glow and kind of hurt when someone wants to see us because we've done something wrong. Well, in my case anyway.
How strange.
Did my ring hurt at all when I blipped back into existence, TM?
I'll say that like at the tail end of this step, now that you're thinking about it, you felt like a little ice prick on your ring finger, but it was already fading by the time you became aware of it. And so it was like now you only recognize it now that they've mentioned it. You're like, oh yeah, I guess I was kind of feeling that for a
Yeah.
split second, but then it was kind of done before it was even begun, before it even started. So it definitely was not the sensation they're describing where it was like a burning buildup to then a freezing, like this whole thing. No, it was like maybe your head was a little cold compared to the rest of the air around you.
Okay.
I wonder what else this ring does that we don't know.
Yeah.
I kind of don't want to find out. I'm
No.
a little
And
bit
the
weirded out by it.
a leg that it took like 3 days for whatever it was that if it was the rings that brought her back, that it took a while unless we did something or walked through something or something happened that triggered the rings to activate. Like I just wish there was some way we could figure it out.
We can talk more at camp tonight, I think, and see if there's any connections to be made.
Yeah.
I think right now
Yeah,
we should
is this-
push on a little bit further while there's still some daylight.
Okay.
Jeez. This happens to me enough times. Eventually y'all will be older than I am.
Oh my god, I didn't think of that.
I'm 3 days younger. You'd have to take a while for y'all to catch up. I'll tell you that much for free.
I think we have a really long
Let's
time.
go.
19.
All right. So are you finishing? Are you guys going to continue at the fast pace?
Let's go.
The fast place.
I'm raring to go. Let's move it. I know y'all are tired, but like we gotta get to point. We gotta get moving.
All right. I will move you guys. Hello. What? Hello?
Hello.
It's
Matt's
not
like, no, you don't.
Oh god, we've all blipped.
This hexagon isn't working. Can I just like do an arrow? Can I have an arrow pointing at the thing that where you guys are? That feels like it might. Oh, it's too huge. Okay, it's right where okay, you guys were here and then again that now you're like right there. Where the arrow is pointing is where you are. Okay.
Just a quick question. How many days will it take to get to Port Nazareth, or can we do it in a day?
Eku says definitely not possible to get there within 1 day.
Okay.
But if we continue to, and this is, you guys are saying this kind of as it's getting much later in the day, and everybody's getting really tired at this point.
Okay.
Eku, you guys are like right there. Eku says if we continue at this pace, and she's looking at the map, and she says we won't be able to cross. So we would get to the coastline by tomorrow evening, but we'd be able to see the lights of Port Nyanzaru from the beach, from this coast right here, but that is too wide of a inlet for us to traverse. So we would have to go down another day to get to where the mouth of the river, cut across, and then go back up. So we have
Okay.
tomorrow. But if tomorrow, instead of going straight to the coastline, obviously we could travel 2 hexes down. We'd hit the mouth of the river tomorrow evening, cut across the next morning, and we'd get back into Port Nyanzaru 2 days in the evening, 2 days from now.
Okay.
Okay. It sounds like that's our current plan. Unless anyone knows how to make a canoe, because I still think we can construct one if there's wood around.
We don't have any.
Because I feel like I've seen wood canoes, Micah.
No, there are wood canoes, but they're made out of like giant boles of trees, so they carve them out so that they're watertight. So you would need a giant tree to cut down and then
That's even
carve
less
it.
than I can make.
Yeah,
We would
unless
also
you're
need a.
It takes
Really?
much time. It would be much faster to just purchase. She's very confused by this line of thinking. Like she's
My
like,
father was a
me for my
fisherman, and
ingenuity, okay?
you would have to also stretch the canoes on something to
Mhm.
create that shape around the outside. My father did it many times. It was a pain in the ass.
Tephra's gonna retire and make boats.
like, I can do it.
all right.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, that was it. I was just
So at this point, we have 2 people who are exhausted. I want everybody to roll me another Constitution check. Val, you are like getting tired, but you don't need to be part of this Constitution saving throw. And this is a saving throw, excuse me. So you guys don't have disadvantage on this because this is a saving throw. So Val, you don't need to roll this because you've only been traveling. You've been traveling for less than half the day. So
Yeah.
just the Mycha, Elara, Tephra, and Echo are gonna roll.
I think I'm gonna die because I got a cold.
Echo got a natural 1.
Oh,
Wait, maybe we should bond.
Not good.
I got a 13.
I got
Okay.
a 17.
Okay. So, as the sky is starting to turn that like soft blue with just the first tinges of orange in the puffy clouds, because it is still kind of, halfway sunny, halfway cloudy today. You guys all notice that Elara starts falling behind and you're starting to slow down. And Eku also is like, "Oy, it is time to make camp. It is time to make camp. We have traveled 20 miles today. It is time. Please."
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
I agree.
So, Elara, you have another point of exhaustion. Your speed is halved. And again, it takes a full long rest to get rid of a single point of exhaustion.
Okay.
So if you take a long rest now, you will wake up tomorrow and you will now be at 1 level of exhaustion and you will have disadvantage on your ability checks still.
Okay.
All right, now we're going to go over what is camp setup like. And this, again, is not something we're going to do every day. We're just creating the shorthand. You guys tell me we break down camp, we set up camp. I'm going to run through this checklist. And if there's anything you guys have forgotten, then that gives me the opportunity to incorporate encounters or accidents or whatever. And then you guys can amend your checklist. You can say, okay, well, now our checklist is amended and this is what we do. And that way, just every day, we don't have to RP the whole thing. But just for today, you're telling me your checklist. Okay?
Okay.
So setting up camp, what does it look like?
Well, we get the tents out of the bag of holding.
Mhm. And also, we've got. Does it look like it's gonna rain tonight?
From the roll me a nature check, just general.
8.
8. There are some clouds in the sky, but There are
Well,
also
let's
muskets on the ground.
Let's just put them up for who, just in case. You never know if a random storm, random rainfall happens.
Okay.
Yeah. And if we're going to be moving at 2 times speed, we should, generate some extra water if we can.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. We have a rain catcher to set up, and we've also got some hunting traps.
And Micah, did you use that second spell slot for create and destroy water?
I did, because I didn't want anyone passing out.
Okay, so everybody has been appropriately watered for the day. Nobody needs, because that would, if you don't get enough water, you have to roll again to see if you're exhausted, but specifically from dehydration. So exhaustion is going to be a big enemy in this game, guys, just so you know. You can build up the points, and I'm going to just tell you guys right now, this is how the level of exhaustions work. There are 6 levels. At first level, you have a disadvantage on ability checks. At second level, your speed is halved. At third level, you have disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws. At level 4, your hit point max is halved. So you literally immediately go down to half health and you cannot heal beyond that.
Wow.
At level 5 of exhaustion, you pass out. You cannot move. Your speed is 0. You are just lying on the ground trying to breathe and and then if you get another level of exhaustion, you die.
Wow.
So exhaustion is going to be, you guys got to be aware of it. All right. So what else for camp tonight?
I would say normally I would try and get some food, like a hunt. But if I'm exhausted on level 2, would I even have the strength to do that? Like maybe it's a normal thing that I normally do, but right now tonight
we can set up a trap.
Yeah.
Hunting.
I can go out and hunt too. I mean, I have only been doing this for half a day, so
Okay.
I feel pretty fresh.
We'll just say somebody hunts. Somebody hunts.
Okay.
Somebody hunts.
Some variation of hunting.
And for that, I'll just have you roll a general survival check just to see if we're like using up rations or not.
Okay.
Update the map.
Yes, update the map.
Val, did you roll your survival check?
Oh, I didn't realize I was doing that now. Sorry.
I can't remember. Do we build fires or is that something we don't do because it will attract?
It is up to you.
I got a dirty 20.
Something that we did or not. Do you guys remember at all if we did that?
I don't recall.
I think it was raining, so we didn't talk about it. Remember, it was like the tropical storm.
Yeah. Well, is that something?
It has yet to get below like freezing temperature, right?
That's true. I was thinking. So maybe if we do end up getting like game or food, then we build a fire to cook it. But otherwise, we don't use fires.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about rain catchers?
Yes. So we put those up every night just in case.
Okay.
What do the rain catchers look like? Are they like giant funnels or something?
They're tarps that funnel down. Yeah.
Okay.
They're kind of like inverted tents almost.
Okay.
All right. Anything else? Like, is there spells you want to cast on yourself? Meditations you want to do? Not like elven sleep meditations, Val, but just or like, anything more meta level.
Oh yeah. Tephra would like to take at least like an hour and a half to meditate.
Yeah. Tephra meditates. All right.
We'll pull out her cards every time and be like, anyone want to play? Anyone?
And
Just as like a morale booster.
And yeah, this is just as we do with the breaking down a camp. I'm just going to give people the opportunity to, if you guys want RP, discuss amongst the party anything that needs to be talked about. This is your time to do it as you eat your food and rest and recover. From a fairly uneventful day, except for the fact that what some people believed was a perished member of your party has returned. Yeah, Val, you notice all day Eku has just been staring at you like you are a walking miracle. Like she can't believe it.
I look even better back from the dead.
Micah, let's use that extra water to shower.
Oh yeah, for sure. Clean yourselves off as much as you need.
Is anyone
I've
else
got one clean shirt if someone wants it.
Is anyone else kind of excited to go back to Port Nazareth? I don't know why, but I kind of miss that place.
I'm actually super worried. In fact, just because
Yeah.
when we were leaving, that was she a tabaxi? The guy, the other one.
Riddle.
She was just staring us down.
Oh no, what's her face?
Oh, the other guide.
Definitely like lay low, get what we need, and leave.
Yeah.
Let's not linger.
Salida.
How much money do we still have left? Do we know how much it's going to cost to get canoes and how many we'll need? We should
No,
probably figure that out.
Yeah. I have 7 gold of my own left.
Let me check the bank.
We all know that I have 4 copper.
Iconically, yes, 4 copper.
I have 10 gold.
Okay.
Hold, please.
We have stuff to sell, though, I feel.
Do we?
We have that that, and then she just stops and is like, yeah, we definitely have stuff to sell.
Like those javelins.
As a team, we have 55 gold left.
Oh, that's more than I thought.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how much would a canoe cost?
Probably a lot.
Hey, Echo, do you know how much a canoe costs? And also how many of them fit?
I'm looking that up right now, how much a canoe costs.
Yeah.
We could probably get some money for this mask that I found.
What mask? Hold on.
When
I remember that.
we fought the hags, one of them had a mask, and I'm like, might as well take it. They're not using it.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder what it does. Did we ever figure that out?
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I'd like to go check on Syndrome. when I get
A
there.
canoe can be purchased in Port Nazareth for about 50 gold.
Okay, well, how much did you say we had?
55.
Okay.
How many people fit in a canoe?
Yeah. Is it a 2-person canoe? Or...
I have been in them with a couple of adventuring parties, and typically they hold up to 6 people.
Okay.
Oh.
Fine.
Perfect.
But I will say the most, like, how do I phrase this? That the river to the Aldani Basin, that will take us quite far, but at some point the option is to either abandon it or carry it through the jungle. The rivers do terminate at a certain point.
Oh,
We have a bag holding.
Could we find another?
Have
Is
a
there
bag
like
of
another?
holding.
Oh, yeah. Does that?
That is
what?
true. You do have that.
I can still fit 255 pounds in this bag of holding.
But how are you gonna get that canoe in that bag? Huh? How are you gonna get it in
With a
there?
lot of shoving. Val will put her
You're
fucking
gonna-
back
you're
in.
gonna-
I'll put my back into
You
it.
I'll just say that you might rip the bag of holding. You're trying to do that. I'm just gonna say that.
Can bags of holding rip?
Yes, they can.
Heck, are they
And
really?
and it's not good when they do. Trust me.
We will cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah.
We
Quite
could also try
literally.
to sell it, like if we come across another something.
That's true.
Yeah, there's probably going to be other people in the woods, in the jungle, and they might need a boat.
That's true.
It's true.
All right. Anything else that the party wishes to discuss, or are you guys ready for bed?
I think we're ready for bed.
Ready for bed.
All right. Aku kind of looks at you all and she goes, I guess I'll be taking first watch.
No, I'll take first watch.
Val,
I can take an extra long watch because I only have to sleep 4 hours.
oh yeah, I thought we put you last. Because
Yeah, but
you-
but Eku and I are exhausted.
yeah, you guys are not. I'm definitely taking a watch.
Okay.
How long is the night?
There are 3 watches, we say, within a night.
And how long is each watch?
A couple of hours.
Do you want to take first watch, Val? I'll take over when you want to sleep, and then you can cover the morning when you're refreshed.
Sounds perfect.
Our
Let's do it.
Patriots are not having a good time.
They are not. Maybe they need to blip in and out. I'm stressed. I'm kidding.
Okay.
Let's not do that
Gosh.
again.
I don't know why, but now I really want a burger. I think it's because you said In and Out.
I know you said In and Out.
Oh.
I was like In and Out. Ooh, that would be exhaustion.
I would. Can confirm. Have gotten an In-N-Out burger at like 1 a.m.
Ooh, fun. That sounds good as hell. And I don't even really like In and Out, and that sounds good as hell.
I feel like 1 a.m. might be the optimal time for In and Out.
I think you might be right.
It is,
sure.
yeah. Especially because like the servers, they don't give a fuck. They're just ready to be done.
I'm gonna actually mark where you guys are on my physical map, so that way I don't have to keep doing this. Okay, so who wants to roll to see how peaceful or not peaceful the night is?
Should I roll since I'm the one doing the watch, or
Because I've been rolling terribly, so I'm scared.
Yeah, Val, if you want.
what am I rolling? I just a d20.
D20.
Excuse me.
2.
Oof.
A
Lord
2.
Jesus.
All right. First watch goes by without incident. Who's taking second watch?
Mycha.
Okay. Mycha, second watch. Your second watch goes by without incident. Val, your dreams are disturbed. You hear the sound of some monster roaming around Jimmy's home. There's a lot of snuffling and jumping around. Do you think that there are creatures in the woods as you do your meditation dream state? And every so often a flash of Syndra's face slow in her bed in Port Nyanzaru under the watch of that merchant prince. You just dream of its slow decay, and then not quite so slow and fast, and she's turning to bone and dust before you can even reach her. And you just have a very fitful evening of dreams. But second watch passes, third watch passes, uneventful. So Mycha, Val, Elara. Mycha, you're telling me the temperature. Val, you're telling me the wind, and Elara, you're telling me precipitation. Each of you roll a d20.
Okay.
And it is now day 12 of the campaign.
18.
Yikes.
13.
Okay.
And then I got a 10.
All right. Elara, Tephra, will you roll me a d20 as well?
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, did we get another tropical storm?
Well, at least there'll be water.
Has it been? Oh fuck. 4. Has it been 12 days with Eku or just 12 days overall?
12 days overall since you were last in Sharonall. It's been 12 days. All right. You all wake up, and for a second, Val especially is relieved that the sky above her is opaque. It's not a partially cloudy day. It is very, very cloudy. There is just the hint of a breeze, and it is stiflingly hot. You wake up drenched in sweat, already feeling dehydrated. You are going to need a lot of water today. Elara, you can mark off 1 level of exhaustion, but you are still exhausted at 1 level.
Okay.
Did it rain overnight?
It did not rain overnight. So your rain catchers are empty, unfortunately.
I vote we don't kill ourselves and move super fast today because that's not fun.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think I could, to be honest.
We'll go at a normal pace, and if we have to take more breaks, slow down a bit, we will.
How's Eku doing? Eku, how are you doing?
Eku, I'm recovered today. Of course, if we take it a little easier today, it will take us longer to reach the port. We won't be there for, if we only move if we do not rush, it will take us 5 days to get to Port Nyanzaru.
Well, let's just take it slow today and then see how we feel tomorrow.
Yeah, we're not going to make it to Port Nyanzaru if we're all dead.
Yeah. Okay.
Val, how does Val feel about that?
She is not pleased, but she does not say anything.
Okay.
But she's definitely the one leading the pack as we walk through. She's
Is she leading them at a normal pace, or is she trying to push?
She's trying to push.
All right, well, we'll get to that when we cross it. So, are you guys good to break down camp?
I think
All
so.
right.
Yes.
All right. Then who wants to give me the D20 roll for morning encounter?
Not me.
Do you want me to do it?
Go
Yeah,
for
you
it,
do.
Micah.
You do it.
Just a regular old D20?
Also, there are 4 people here. Hi, chat.
Before?
Call in. Who's here?
Hi.
Oh.
Who's here? Who's watching? Say hello. It's been just the 4 of us for so long. Are you guys all watching? Is it all you? Is it just
It's
all
not
you?
me.
No, it's not me.
Okay.
I got a 7.
Okay. All right, you guys. So I feel like I don't need to hide it from you. Basically, when the way it works is for rolling the encounters, we roll a d20, and if you get an 18, 19, or 20, then that means an encounter occurs, and we roll a d100 to see what said encounter is. So lower rolls are if you don't want encounters, if you want things to go fast, lower rolls are good because it means an encounter.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, the morning passes by without incident. Mycha, though, I will say, Mycha, roll an intelligence check for me.
Can I do something?
Hi, Miley. Yes, Tephra, what would you like to do?
Okay. So I would like to, after my long rest, inscribe a rune onto my bracelet.
Okay.
Yes, I'm trying to see which ones I've got. Sorry.
You're fine.
I got an 8.
For intelligence?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm not updating you.
That's fair.
What is this rune for, Tephra, may I ask? Or is it just for what's happening?
Okay, so I can inscribe a rune onto something I have, and I temporarily learn the first level spell that corresponds with the rune. And then
Cool.
I have that spell until I finished a long rest, and the rune fades.
And what rune are you inscribing, may I ask?
I think I am going to do entangle. I'm going to inscribe entangle.
Very fun. All right, sounds good. Also, Miley is here. Miley says, I'm just going about my morning with y'all in the background. We love that. That's exactly what this is for. Miley says, I'm not caught up on the plot, but I'm having fun. Quick breakdown. Our characters are co-workers for a noble house in a northern country. They've been sent to the south because the head of their noble house is slowly dying of a curse that is killing many people across the land. And they're searching for something called the Soul Monger. And it is within the depths of this jungle continent. Think, Indiana Jones vibes. There's archaeology here. There are dinosaurs here. It's a lot of fun. And we're currently on a hex crawl. Just coming, chopping through the jungle. So there you go, Miley. That's the quick update on the plot. All right. So we have a rune inscribed. We have people are walking. You're drinking a lot of water. They're like you are. Woof! You're going through this water really fast. It is so hot, and that breeze comes and goes, and so it's like not always stifling, but there are some moments where it feels like you're in a sauna, and you literally feel like you wipe your brow to wipe the sweat away, but your forearm is so wet from sweat that it doesn't really, and there's sweat dripping down your skin. You can smell the bug spray. Like you hope that the anti-bug spray actually is sticking on your skin. You're not sure.
I'm trying to rub my sweat back into my skin to keep the bug spray off.
Miley says, okay, soulmonger. I'm reading that like, okay, queen. I was just talking about Indiana Jones with my friends yesterday, so this is a great vibe. Setting 100. Love it. Love that for you. Well, we have 13 other episodes, Miley. If you want something random to do, you can just put us on in the background. Honestly, I will rewatch our episodes sometimes, and we're not Critical Role, but I feel like we're kind of entertaining. But maybe that's just because I like hearing the sound of my own voice. But anyway. All right. So you guys make it through the first portion of the day. You are going. Val, why don't you roll for me a d20 for the second potential encounter for the day?
No whammies, no whammies. 12.
A 12. Okay. I need everybody to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh. Oh no, I got an 8.
Okay.
I knew the vibes were bad.
Ooh,
13.
21.
All right. Mycha. Oh, wait. What'd you get, Elara?
13. It's better than before.
All right. And Eku got a 16. All right. Mycha. About, you don't know how many hours. You just know your feet hurt. You know you've gone through your entire canteen. You are tired. You are one level exhausted, in fact. And give me another intelligence check. And this time you do have to roll at disadvantage. But there is something in the back of your mind, and it's trying to tell you something. But your exhaustion's making it hard to think.
Oh, well, that would have been a nat 20, but instead it's a 17 plus 2, so 19.
So you're
Okay.
fine. You suddenly stop in your tracks. Alara's behind you. She crashes into you. You realize that even though the party agreed this morning to go at a normal pace, Val has taken the lead, and she has today moved you faster than you guys wanted to go. So you are now, in fact, anyway, yeah, that's where you know you've gone farther today than you wanted to, and now you're exhausted.
Okay. I'm not going to confront her right now.
Okay. All right.
Val's just walking.
Yeah. Okay, so Mycha realizes that roughly, because I'm trying, and we're not doing it exactly like in order and stuff like that. But basically, Mycha, you realized that a couple hours ago, and then you guys keep going. Now we're getting to near the end of the day. It's time to do another Constitution saving throw because Val's kept this pace.
I do want to keep tabs on Elara as we're moving, just because I know she's still not feeling great from...
Yeah.
Well, karma's a bitch. 3.
1. But I do have a +3. I don't know if I can add that.
Wait, how much? Wait, what is it?
I rolled a 1, but I have a +3. I don't know if I'm allowed to add that to ones.
It doesn't matter. The one doesn't the con save that won't help you. But you don't get punished for a natural 1 for a Constitution saving throw. You don't get 2 levels of exhaustion or anything like that. The result is the same. All right. So you now, Mycha, you really start slowing down. Your speed is halved. And Val, in your rush, you are starting to get really tired. You are also completely out of water. At this point, you guys have consumed all of your water. So Mycha, if you want to go again, you can. And yeah, you guys are really, really tired, and the jungle starts to thin out a little bit, and you guys actually come to just like you come to an inlet. You're not at the mouth of the river, but you're at the delta, but it's not traversable where you guys are yet. But you are probably just a couple of miles from where you'd be able to cross the river.
Well, I guess we went a lot faster than we thought.
I'm gonna turn to Val.
Eku says, indeed.
I'm gonna turn to Val. I'm gonna look you dead in your eyes, and I'm gonna say, we have to trust each other here. Don't pull that again. And we're gonna start making camp. Because Mycha's not having a great time.
Okay. Sounds good.
Mycha's pissed.
All right. So you guys do everything we said for setting up camp. You're getting tents out of the bag. Somebody's going to hunt. Since Val and Elara are both exhausted, it's up to you who is going to
I
be.
did get a 16 for the.
Yeah, but you were exhausted for the
I'm
day.
still exhausted. Yeah. Okay.
So it's up to you who hunts and who rolls that survival check. And it's going to be at disadvantage for either one of you. So just choose between yourselves, and then
I
whoever.
think we're just gonna traps out. I think we decided if we were too exhausted to hunt, that we would just put like traps.
Rations. Or okay, sounds good.
Just like little traps. Yeah.
Okay. And
I
then
can roll the survival thing if we're doing the traps.
Oh.
Yeah. Or is that nature? I don't know.
it's survival. Tephra, you can go ahead and roll a survival check.
Dirty 20.
Okay, great. The traps you think you've set them up very well. But traps take time. So you guys are gonna have to use rations for dinner tonight.
Okay.
All right. So you don't need to set up a fire because you don't have meat to cook. And Tephra meditates. And you can end your day with a little RP if you'd like.
Who's taking watch tonight?
I'll take first watch.
Tephra. She's not exhausted. Is Echo exhausted?
She is not.
Okay. Now, just if I get a long rest tonight, do I lose my 1 point of exhaustion, or do I still have it? Oh, I do.
Yeah. So just every point of exhaustion takes a long rest to get rid of.
Okay.
And since you did not acquire a second point of exhaustion today, if you get a long rest tonight, you will be fully back at it.
Okay, perfect. All right, then. Sorry, guys. I need a night's rest.
You still get a full rest if you take watch.
Yeah. Do you want me to take watch? Is that why you're asking, Mycha?
I
can
have
take
2
first
levels
watch.
of exhaustion above table. Micah's very snippy because of everything that's happened today, and
No, I totally get it.
see that they are not doing well.
Well, you know what? Since I'm awake right now, I will take the first shift, and then I'll sleep for the rest of the night, if that's okay with everybody.
You can come to wake me up. I only need 4 hours.
Okay. All right, I'll do that.
Take the last shift?
Okay. Yeah. Perfect.
The hell is that?
Oh.
That's concerning to hear.
We don't know.
All right. I rolled because I wanted to roll.
Oh, Lord.
Okay. All right. So you guys make camp. Here's my question. Do you guys make camp in the beach or in the jungle? On the beach or in the jungle?
That's Eku. What would you suggest?
I say in the jungle. Maybe
Yeah,
like just like on the edge.
In the jungle, we have more cover.
Yeah.
Like at the tree line, so that we can still see the beach in case anything comes from that way.
Do we run into those witches on the beach, though?
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like the beach is that safe either.
The hags.
Oh, goddamn, the hags had a canoe.
Oh, we could have stolen the canoe.
Oh, it's still there? No, wait, it's in the other side, right?
Yeah, that was
we're very far away.
Pardon.
Bless you.
Thank you.
In the distant jungle, you just hear someone sneezing.
That's the encounter for tonight, guys. Sneezing. All right. So you guys are doing jungle. Is that what you decided?
Yeah,
Like on
tree
the
line.
edge of the tree line of the jungle.
All right. So who's taking first watch?
I am.
Elara. Everyone else goes to sleep. And in the heat, it's difficult to fall asleep. But now that you're closer to this little inlet, the breeze is a bit stronger. And you focus on the wind moving across your face. Soft pushes, soft blows, and eventually everybody drifts off. And then about 3 hours into the night, Elara, you hear I don't know what that sounds like. I don't know what you
A
guys are hearing.
giant, maybe? Or troll?
Like
Something
a
with big
T-Rex.
feet?
Heavy feet.
Oh,
There's
man.
something
It's time for bed. I'm supposed to sleep. I'm so
There's
tired.
something crushing its way through
Oh my
the
god.
jungle, and it sounds like it's getting closer.
All right. I quickly tap everybody awake, and I go to Val first. Val, I hear giant footsteps of something coming near us. We got to gather everybody together and possibly.
Well, just wait a minute. It's dark out, right? I have night vision, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, I guess I do too.
dark vision, but yeah.
Maybe
I have
let's just have the two of us go and see if we can figure out maybe like where it's coming from first, because
Yeah, because
if it's moving away from us, I don't want to get everyone up and awake and for nothing.
they could.
I think
yeah,
we
you're
can,
right. Okay.
we can get there. We can figure it out. So I'm like leaving my tent,
Okay.
and I'm like, where did you hear this noise come from? I'm whispering. I'm not going to whisper for like this, but Val is whispering.
We're whispering.
But
okay.
I think it'd be annoying to whisper for everyone.
It was me.
Bad ASMR.
I heard it from over in this direction, so follow me. So I go into the direction that I heard it.
Okay.
Quietly. We're being stealthy though. We're not like
We're
just
being super stealthy. Like
Super stealthy. Roll me
super
stealth checks.
stealth.
Oh, I'm exhausted though, so I have to do that at disadvantage, right?
You have to do that at disadvantage, correct?
Okay.
Did my thing go away too?
Are you exhausted as well? Yeah, you have not received a full rest
Oh,
yet, so
okay.
you are also exhausted. So disadvantage as well.
Oh, one of them was a nat 20, but the other one was a 7.
Okay.
Oh, wait. I still got the +5 though for the 7, so it's 12 total.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even with disadvantage, I got a dirty 20.
Wow.
Oh.
That's the life of a
A rogue.
yeah.
110-year-old rogue.
That was 110.
Oh.
Giving away
Yeah.
backstory for free, babe.
Sorry.
Girl, it's up to you who gets to know what. You're good.
Well, they don't. You guys, as like people, can know, but your characters know. Val's alluded that she's pretty old, but anyway.
I'm so sorry. I'm just pulling up the thing, and D&D Beyond's being really weird. But whatever. Okay. Okay, so you rolled a dirty 20 and Elara rolled a 13. Oh, interesting. We have a bonus to perception. So
I'm so
Hey,
scared.
what?
a bonus to perception. That still wasn't very good. Okay. But it's passive. Okay, so you guys are quietly trunking through the jungle. And you're kind of hiding behind some trees. And here, can I remove the map so we get the real vibe? Can I do...
Oh.
there we go. This is the vibe. Okay.
Okay.
You guys are in a deeply dense jungle and hot sweat dripping down the back of your neck, and the thumping increases. Something huge is moving through these trees, and to the point where it actually, even in this heat, sends a chill down your spine. And you guys see a large hulking shadow. Both of you roll me perception checks at disadvantage.
At disadvantage. Okay.
Not because it's dark, but because you're exhausted.
17.
Okay. Elara?
8.
Okay.
I should have left Elara back.
Val,
Oh.
Val, in your stealth, you are like by a rock, and you are frozen as you see a huge lizard-like creature on two legs with two tiny like forearms, a massive mouth, like long head, scaly, feathered, terrifyingly huge. You've never seen a creature like this before in your life. It is massive. Okay, but you are frozen, not in fear, but just in expertise in your silence. And about 5 feet next to you, Alari's kind of peering through the jungle, and she steps down and snaps on a twig, and glowing yellow eyes gleam out through the woods. The jungle. It's not really woods, it's jungle.
I'm just gonna I'm behind. How much of me is behind a rock?
Like 30%.
What 30% part?
The bottom 30%. You can crouch.
Okay. No, I'm not gonna move. I'm not moving.
Okay.
I'm just gonna out of the corner of my mouth be like, Elara, do not move a muscle.
Okay.
Just gonna be so still and hope it doesn't perceive us. It just moves on. I'm thinking that in my head.
Okay, just a quick question to you though. Is the monster T-Rex going towards camp? Like direction wise? Like can we
I
tell-
mean, he's
We can't
in your
tell.
general vicinity, but he has stopped now.
Okay.
And
All right.
and he's
So we-
staring in your direction, Elara. He's staring.
Okay. I'm standing totally still like Val told me to.
Okay.
We're just having a little standoff.
Okay. Elara, go ahead and roll me another stealth check at disadvantage, please.
No, I don't want to. I'm so exhausted. Like, fall back.
No, never mind. I can't. Hold on. Wait. What does
got
help
15.
entail?
The
Oh,
help
what?
action? The help action?
Yeah, what is that? What does that like entail? Does like my character have to do something physically?
Yes.
And
So
movement?
like it's an RP moment. Like how they're saying you can take the help action, but you can't just say I take the help action. You have to describe to me how you do it. It's up to you. That's why it's just called the help action. It's meant there to be vague, but you can describe how you help her, and we can determine whether or not that gives her advantage or not.
Okay.
Well,
But
I rolled a 15, so I don't know if that helps.
Do you have any additions? Well, did you roll a disadvantage first of all?
I did 15 with a disadvantage.
And is that plus your bonuses?
That is plus the plus 5. Yeah.
Okay, so
The way they added up. Disadvantage
Okay.
15. Yeah.
Okay. Uh-huh. Give me a second. I'm doing some math.
Oh no.
But how would you help her? If you're gonna do the help action, Val, what would you do?
So the creature is staring directly at Elara, right?
Correct.
How close is she to me? Like within touching distance?
She's within 5 feet of you, yeah.
So with as much, I think this is maybe even like a stealth of hand thing. If I was to do the help, my thought was that I would take one of my daggers out of my pocket and like hurl it as far away from me as I can. Like not at the monster, but like into the woods so that it like makes a rustling noise and maybe distracts it from where we are. That was my plan.
Give me 1 second. I'm so sorry. Okay. And then I'm trying to see how deadly this is going to be. Just give me a second.
Oh my God.
I'm so sorry. Pardon. Characters. Why can't I add someone? You guys are all you're level 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just 1 second, and then Eku. Eku's pretty great. Not that great, apparently. Okay, anyway. Okay, say one more time what you do, Val.
Would as stealthily and sleight of handy as I can, I would pull out one of my daggers from my hip and I would throw it as far away from myself as I can, not at the creature, but far enough away that it makes noise and rustles the leaves and like hits something to try to like draw its attention to that.
Okay, right. Okay. Yeah, roll me a sleight of hand check first. This is gonna be a couple checks.
Okay. Oh God, please. I beg of you.
Disadvantage. Don't forget.
9.
9. In the arms of the angels.
God. No.
Okay.
We just got her back.
I'm gonna. Okay, let me. Oh. Wow. Okay. Oh, and it has a -4. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that out loud. Wow. Okay, well, with your 9, amazingly, you you did that bad. You literally
I did.
You heard the shink as you unsheathed it. You you saw, there's not even a moon out tonight, and yet somehow moonlight glinted off your ring and like shimmered across the forest. But the dagger managed to miss all the leaves as you threw it, but it did land into a tree with a ding 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 ding. Okay, and amazingly enough, and as you're looking at it, you're like, wow, this thing is deadly, but there's not a thought behind those eyes, those big yellow eyes, not a single intelligent thought. Okay. And it's looking at Elara, and its eyes were beginning to narrow in at her, and kind of a growl beginning to form, a snarl. But then, and it turns and it looks at the dagger, or it looks at the direction of that sound. What do you do?
Oh, it doesn't move. It just looks.
It looks.
Okay. I think we should stay very still.
Yeah, I think I just like don't move a muscle.
Okay. The very large reptilian creature slowly stalks towards the direction of the dagger. And it investigates. You see it kind of taking a large scent, and then it begins to turn around again, as if it has now caught a scent.
Oh, shit.
What do you do?
Wait.
It is now, it's got its nose kind of, and it is heading back towards both of your directions, because you guys are in the same spot. So it is heading back.
Okay. Question.
Mm-hmm.
I have something called Beast Bond. I established a telepathic link with one beast you touch. Never mind. I don't want to touch him. Okay.
Out of the corner
So
of my mouth, I just go fog cloud.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. I was like, I have fog. Should I just use it?
Val should know this, but what exactly does, like, I know what it does.
Oh,
but
let
like,
me tell you. You create 20-foot radius sphere of fog centered on a point within range. The sphere spreads around corners, and its areas is heavily obscured. It lasts for the duration or until a wind of moderate or greater speed, at least 10 miles per hour, disperses it.
How long is the duration again? Sorry.
It lasts for duration up to 1 hour.
Okay.
So I'm going to do it, because why not at this point?
So you cast fog cloud.
Yeah.
and just poof, it's like somebody opened a bag of flour and just suddenly the whole area is obscured, and you hear the scenting of the large creature stop, and it kind of lets out a very strange kind of almost squawking sound as if it has been startled.
Okay.
But it's going, well, yeah, you can't see it anymore.
Yeah. Okay. Because now we're totally obscured. So should we go back to camp very slowly? Or should we stay still? What do you think? Oh, wait, you're muted.
And she wants to go to camp.
Wow, I was going full character. Full character moment.
Poor Lara's all like, I can't hear you.
As Val is just like miming.
What are you saying?
Let's go as fast but as stealthily as we can.
Okay, I will say this. Wait, so does it give you advantage on stealth rolls when you're in the cloud, Elara?
It doesn't say, so probably not.
I'm gonna. Does it say it gives you any sort of disadvantages?
No, it just literally is just that's what I read is all it says.
Does fog cloud add to stealth? Okay, it can aid. Wait, read it one more time to me.
Okay. You create a 20-foot radius sphere of fog centered on a point within range.
Okay.
The sphere spreads around corners and its areas is heavily obscured. And then
Heavily obscured. Thank you. That's what I'm looking for.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Vision entirely. Okay, so you guys, this is interesting. So you guys technically have the blinded condition right now.
Okay.
So, but also you are confident that also the large lizard does too. So what I'm going to have you do is you are going to roll a survival check to try and see if you can even know the direction you're supposed to go. What? Are you in the cloud? Did you put yourselves in the cloud, or you put the cloud over the creature?
I think you're supposed to aim it at what you want. So I you know what though? I when I thought about it, I was thinking that I was covering us as well. So
You're covering you guys.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Just-
the creature would not be in the fog cloud. So I just want, okay, I'm going to set the scene here, right? You
Okay.
guys saw this creature. It was deep in the woods. Then you made a noise and it looked towards you.
Right.
And then it kind of looked as if it was going to come and start really coming towards you. So Val threw a dagger that probably landed in a tree about 40 feet away from you. It went over to that tree, investigated, caught a scent, and has now turned back. So it's probably 30 feet away from you.
Okay.
So if you have obscured yourself,
Yes.
then you guys are in the fog cloud and the creature is not. So that is the information that you guys have. And
Okay.
I'm going to let you now decide what you want to do.
Okay, and the heavily obscured though means that we can travel within the fog and he cannot see.
Yes, he to him there is now suddenly just a huge thick fog.
Okay.
And it, where he was going, where the scent was leading him. And now it's up to you what you guys do.
I am first, before we go anywhere, I'm gonna reach down and just start grabbing handfuls of dirt and just start rubbing it all over myself. And then I'm like pointing to Elara and I'm like, you know, put fucking dirt on you to cover your own scent.
Okay, but so you, I understand that in normal fog that like you would be able to do that because in normal fog you can see in front of you, but this is magical fog. It is so you literally can't even see your hands in front of your face. So you're gonna have to do this totally by feeling around. So, but you're exhausted anyway. So this is at disadvantage, and I'm gonna say it's a high DC to successfully like cover your scent. But you can go ahead and do a survival roll for me to see if you can do it.
Okay.
And both of you can do this.
Okay. At disadvantage.
At disadvantage, and I'm gonna say you need to beat a 15 because
Okay.
it's a high DC too, because it's different.
I got an 11. However, I'm going to use one of my luckies, my
Okay.
lucky rolls, to try
Great.
to do it again.
Go for it.
I got a 13, so I did not succeed.
That's okay because it doesn't have your scent, Elara. It has Val's.
Never mind. Yep, didn't make it.
I mean, you can re-roll. How many times can you do luck?
I have 3 uses, and I've used 2.
So, I'm just saying.
Try it again.
All right, we'll try it
It's
again.
almost over.
Let's try it again. And she was so close to that, to the long rest. Just another hour, and she would have had it. Okay, last time. Nope.
No.
13 was my highest.
Sorry.
Those shouldn't have been disadvantaged because luck just gives you one more die.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Entirely rolled.
Yeah, you shouldn't have been rolling them all at disadvantage. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, I totally. Okay, wait. So do I just roll it normally?
Yeah, you just roll it normally.
Oh, well then I totally. Well, should I just? Oh, I'll just roll it.
What?
Okay.
Can you see what your log was like on your disadvantage rolls? What you rolled?
Yeah. I
because you did it twice, right? So let's just say on that first roll, those were your 2 luck rolls. One was bad, one was, I'm assuming, decent.
Was 17, yeah.
Okay, so you feel confident. You've gotten mud into your pits. You've gotten grass like on your pressure points. You're feeling confident that you have obscured your scent, and now it's up to you what you do. That's the sound that it makes. When that fog cloud happens, that's the sound it makes.
It's
immediately like,
Boo-boo, are you trapped in a fog cloud?
And actually, he makes an excellent point. I was gonna do this as soon as you guys saw the T-Rex, but then I got wrapped up in it. Let's go ahead and take our 90-second break if people want to go get like a refill on their drink or really quickly go to the bathroom. I'm gonna play the intro again. It's gonna look like the stream is ending or starting, but it's just our break. Because yes, within 4 months, I still have not made a break. No, within an entire year, actually, I have not made a break video to play. Whatever, guys. See you guys in about 90 seconds. Yay. Tephra is still gone. I'm not sure where Devasia has run off to. Let me see if she's messaged me about it.
And Val just decided she's like, I'm out. Sorry, Elara. You take care of it.
Meanwhile, Mycha is having the deepest sleep of their life.
Yeah, just so enjoying themselves.
They're like, oh my god, this is the best dream ever.
Mycha's dreaming about being a giant lizard eating more zombies.
Yeah. Maybe you have the beast bond. That would be a good one if I could touch him, but I don't think I could get close enough.
It's okay.
Because then, like, he would be like our pet, which would be
What's
kind of
like? Can you tell me the full name of that spell?
I mean, it's called Beast Bond, so I have like the low level one. So basically, I could just like charm it for a little bit and see telepathically through their
Does
eyes.
it give you a limit on the kind of beast that you can do that? Does it give you like a
Yeah, it
PR
has to have if the beast's intelligence. I can't do it if the beast's intelligence is 4 or higher. So if he had a intelligence of 4 or higher, then I could not do it on him.
But is there like, does it say like a creature or a beast of a CR rating of something or lower or anything like that?
Just as you establish a telepathic link with one beast you touch. Oh no, that is friendly to you or charmed by you. Never mind. Spell fails if the beast's intelligence is 4 or higher. Until the spell ends, the link is. That's why I did it on McMuffin. Okay, that's right. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, no, I couldn't do it anyway.
But this is a beast. It's not.
You don't know. He could be curious and not,
That's true.
want to eat you.
But I don't feel like he is friendly, so I probably wouldn't try it.
I don't know where Val went. Elara, how is Elara feeling in this moment as her compatriot is smearing mud all over her?
What did I end up doing the same? I can't
You
remember.
were doing it. You just didn't do it well, but it also didn't really matter.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah, at this point, I'm just sort of following her lead because that's what I normally do in sort of situations like this. But I'm also kind of regretting my panic of doing the fog around us because I wish I would have thought to do it around the beast. But I don't think I can recast it, can I?
I have no idea.
If you've got a spell slot, you probably
do you need to be able to see though? Because I don't think you can see me.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know.
This is a point within range.
Oh.
Yeah, that's true. It says it doesn't say anything about, but I'd have to know where he was. And he could have moved since the last time.
I mean, it's only been, let's say it's been like 30 seconds as Val's been, getting herself covered in mud and muck and grass.
Okay,
Val, what is your vibe?
Okay, I would like to invoke I know we're not technically in combat, so maybe I can't do this, but I would like to do the thing where we have a phrase that we say to each other for a thing.
Oh, okay. Can you read that ability to me again? Because I do think you might need to be in combat for that to happen. Well, but like it's not really because it's just about the fact that you guys know you have.
Oh my God, you had a dine and dash, which is fog and run.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Well,
the dine and dash.
I have kind of an idea, and it's a dumb idea, but so the team taxis says. Special maneuvers of your team have been drilled into your memory. During the heat of battle, if you're within 300 feet of another advisee, you can shout a name of a maneuver you and your team have previously chained for it to indicate in battle. And then it's about like how it works. That we have 3 real minutes to strategize. May use this feature once per short rest, and then you're going to tally the thing.
I'm gonna be. I'll let you do it. Why not?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So Val, okay, so all right, so our 3 minutes starts now, I guess?
Starts now.
Okay, here's what I was thinking when I was getting my water. We have some variance of a plan where I, or one of us, mostly me in this Val in this case, will make a distraction so that the other person that's there can run back and get the other team, the rest of the team, and gather them, and I'll be, doing something. So...
What? Okay. We can. Okay. What this is, but the thing is that I can recast my fog, so I could recast it. I could recast it where your dagger was, which is because we haven't heard any movement, and when he moves, we can hear him move. So we absolutely know he's still at that spot. So I can we could do a dine and dash, and I could cast it at him. And even though I've made us fog, so I know it's horrible for us to see. But we can kind of go back the way we came and hope that we make it back to camp. But at least he'd be covered too.
That's true.
What do you think?
How many times can you cast it?
Well, I can cast it as many spell slots as I have, and I have 2 spell slots left. So I can cast
an hour
more times if I want. Yeah. But in the last an hour.
I'm also thinking that when we get back to camp, we should cast it again over camp.
Or leave camp and then cast it at the
water.
The edge of the forest, and then we can just head out and try to get to the down to where we can cross over the.
Oh, but what do you mean? Like just us 2, or everyone in camp?
No,
everyone.
Everyone. We'd have to break camp quick, and just like I'd cast it across the entrance, the edge line of the jungle while we get our shit together, and then we leave.
Okay. So yeah. All right. So
just to interrupt here, just so you guys know, it takes you about half an hour to fully break down camp. So if you were going to break down camp quick, you'd be abandoning a lot of stuff. You'd have to abandon stuff. Just FYI.
We can't abandon stuff.
We can always go back. Like, this would just be a fully, like, we can't take this creature on. Like,
but what if this creature destroys all of our stuff? Then we won't have the rain things. We won't have
we have to take we'll take what's vital. Like, okay.
40 seconds left.
Okay. What's vital? We need, like, what would we be able to, like, honestly, I feel like we could take whatever we need and just go, because even if he destroys stuff, we're going to Port Nazareth. We can always get more.
True. All right, I guess dine and dash is the plan.
Okay, we're gonna do dine and dash in. Okay, so I'm gonna use my second spell slot and cast the fog at where the creature is next to the dagger.
Well, you can't see the creature anymore, so you're just gonna vibe
covered
with the hope that that's where the creature is.
I mean, well, you're saying that he doesn't make noise when he walks anymore? I mean, he was really loud when he walked.
Yeah. He is.
Okay.
He is.
Oh, has he walked then?
Yes, he has been walking.
Oh,
yes.
He has been. Okay.
Yeah.
Then shoot. I don't know if this is a good idea. Because I didn't think he had moved. I didn't know that we didn't hear anything.
In the time that Val, yes, because remember he got Val sent and he started towards you. And then when the fog came, he let out a little shrieking cry kind of thing. Right. And then Val started covering herself, and there was still thumping. Like
we heard. Okay, I didn't remember that. Okay,
I might not have said that, but he was not stopped in his tracks by the fog. How far away
are we from camp?
You walked about a minute into the woods, so I would say you're maybe 100 feet from camp, maybe, because you were you were like creeping along.
I'm gonna turn to Elara and be like, "We're doing dine and dash, but I'm running the other way. You go to camp." Like, she just changed. She has to change the plan. She's like, "This is not gonna work. We're not gonna be able to get to camp." And she's thinking in her head, "We're not gonna be able to get to camp, break down anything, or even wake anyone up before this creature is upon us. I don't know how fast this thing can move when it's heard something."
Okay, so you do want me to cast fog real quick and just hope it's in the right direction?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of go from where I think I heard him walking.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can hear very clearly. You'll be able to pinpoint where he is.
So I'm going from where I hear him walking, and I cast fog cloud.
Okay. So mark off that spell slot. You hear again the sound of kind of a surprised startle. And this time it's accompanied by almost like the end of a whimper, like a okay, so you guys also are blind. So are you guys just choosing to run in opposite directions of one another? You don't know what direction you're about to run.
Okay, I'm gonna shove Elara towards where I think the camp is, just to get her out.
Okay,
and
so
I'm gonna stay put until unless he starts going after her.
Okay, so
yeah, and I'm looking at my feet, like, because that's all I can see, and so I'm just moving forward in the direction that Val directed me towards, and I think is towards camp.
Okay, I want you then to roll me. No, I want Val to roll me an intelligence check at disadvantage because of your exhaustion.
I can't believe we're so exhausted while doing this. What decisions are we making right now?
Oh God, 3.
Stupid ones because you're exhausted. Very stupid
so
decisions.
dang.
A 3.
I'm so tired. You're like, yeah, I'll just keep casting fog.
Okay. Okay. A 3.
Okay.
Elara, you are about to start running. Val grabs you, kind of like shifts you, and you get a little disoriented, but then she gives you a shove and kind of tells you back to camp, get back to camp. And so you just take off. Are you trying to be stealthy as you run? Or
Yeah.
well, because you can't run
as stealthy as I can, but yeah, it's kind of hard.
It's either you're being stealthy and you're moving slowly, or you're running.
Oh. Since it only took us a minute to get in going stealthy, then I'm going. I say I'm like somewhere in between. I'm not going super fast, but I'm not super slow.
Okay, so just roll, a stealth check at disadvantage.
Okay. A 10.
Okay. You kind of move at a pace. You're keeping a look on the ground floor, trying to avoid any fallen sticks or anything to go. Your feet are making audible pads because you're not able to walk so slowly that you can control the depression with which you hit the earth. And so the sound of your footsteps is a thing, but nothing so loud that you think it's like immediately drawing attention to you the way that stepping on that foot, on that, breaking that stick did.
Okay.
And you do not hear like that you're being pursued. You do not hear that, but you are within the fog.
Okay.
And you are kind of being led blindly. Like you can only, you can barely see what's beneath your feet. Right. And so you're hoping your next step isn't going to land on a stick, and you're hoping you're not about to slam into a tree and cry out in pain. Right. And you're hoping you're walking in a straight line. You're hoping you're heading back towards camp, but you don't know. You don't know.
Okay.
Does the fog follow? Or is it?
No,
it's pinpointed on a point, on a single place.
Oh.
Okay. Val, you're just staying frozen where you are. You're muted, babe.
Muted.
Sorry, I was eating chips and they were quite loud, and I was like, that doesn't help the ambiance. I am staying here, but I am listening with all of my ears to hear if it's chasing after Elara or getting closer to where we are.
Okay.
And I'm thinking she is still and thinking and waiting to hear if it starts running or starts speeding up, or if it's going to pursue Elara.
Okay. So you wait for a while. So we're going to leave you there. Elara, at a certain point, you out of the fog, and you're able to keep going, and you keep going. Okay. And neither of you hear the sound of rapid beating feet, but I would say about 3 minutes after, you do hear the general thumping again, but it's definitely slower this time, more hesitant. It's not just a general amble anymore. The creature is walking again, but it's taking slow steps.
Okay.
In which direction is it going? Is it coming towards me? Is it going towards a different direction? Is it going which way is it going?
It does not sound like it's getting closer to you right now. But roll me a survival. Roll me just a general nature check. Roll me a nature check at disadvantage.
2.
You can't tell. All you know is that it's moving. You can't tell.
Can I hear it?
I'm hearing it too.
You can hear it too, but it sounds, you feel like you're getting far away from it.
Okay. And as I come out of the cloud, do I see camp? What do I see?
You see deep, dense jungle ahead of you.
Oh shit.
And you kind of, because of your, that was Val's intelligence. But anyway, you kind of go in a bit.
Right.
Where you could still see the fog cloud behind you. And it takes you maybe 50 feet before you're like, wait a second. I should be able to see the clearing. I should be able to see the beach. right now, and I don't. So
Okay.
you're heading into the
I
jungle.
am a ranger, so do
Yes, you
I
are.
have any like advantages in situations like
Yeah,
this?
you're in your favored terrain. The jungle, we've decided swampy jungleness is your favorite terrain.
Right.
So it's hard for you to get lost. In fact, I mean, just go ahead and roll me a survival check straight because you technically would have advantage, but because of your disadvantage, they cancel out and you just roll it straight. And I'll just roll me a survival check.
Okay, real quick before I do that, I do
Yeah.
have something called Hunter Sense, which I have never used.
Okay.
It says as an action, so does that mean that we have to be in combat?
You can take actions outside of combat.
It says choose one creature you can see within 60 feet, which obviously I can't see him anymore, but you immediately learn whether the creature has any damage immunities, resistances, vulnerabilities, and what they are if the creature is not hidden from divination magic.
Okay.
So I could have used that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I just need to, I keep forgetting that I have it, but I don't see anything else. So, okay. So what did you say? I'm going to roll
survival.
Okay. At a disadvantage.
No, just at a straight because you would have advantage on it normally. So the disadvantage and advantage cancel.
Gotcha. Okay. 30, 20.
Okay. So you actually do see that you're not walking exactly the path that you guys walked today, but you do see some of the trees off to your side have been hacked where Eku and Val were like clearing pathways and stuff for you. You realize that you are now kind of walking the opposite direction that you guys walked towards camp. You're going the exact opposite direction of camp.
Okay.
Val pushed you in the totally wrong direction.
Val, we're just too tired, man. Okay, so I turn around and
you're heading back. Are you gonna try and go back through the fog, or are you gonna try and circumnavigate?
I'm gonna try and go around the fog.
Okay. Which direction around the fog?
Could I just be going parallel with it, or is that I don't know where?
Okay, so like you turn around and where you would have expected the trees to start clearing and the sand to begin for the beginning of the beach, there is just a 40-foot, because you did 2, right?
Yeah.
There is a 40-foot dense, like almost opaque, solid wall of white. Okay. Off to either side, it's clear, right? So you could go around, but you just got to pick what side you're going around.
Okay. I'd like to go around, but I want to pick the side in terms of where I can hear the creature. So as the opposite side of that. So like as far away from him as I possibly can.
And that's really easy to discern. You don't even need to roll for that. So you go ahead. So like, okay, let's say you're facing this way. The beach is ahead of you. The creature is off to your left. You can hear the thumping of the creature kind of confusedly trying to navigate through the fog. And you're going to go around the other direction.
Okay.
Okay. Val, what do you do? You are muted again.
I would like to crouch behind this rock.
Okay. You crouch. Roll me a stealth check.
Oh, please.
At
Don't fuck me
disadvantage.
over. 13?
Okay. All right, Elara, as you are making your way around the fog off to the right, roll me a perception check.
Okay. And this is with a disadvantage.
This is with disadvantage. Well, no, because you're in your favored terrain. So for now, just roll it straight for now.
Either way, I got a dirty 20.
Nice. Either way, damn.
I know. I had disadvantage.
Wow. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so right as you're making your way like around the fog bank, out of the corner of your eye, you're hearing the like tumbling steps, right? As you're making your way around the fog bank, out of the corner of your eye, you see the fog ripple, and you kind of glance over, and the large hulking figure of the lizard does emerge from the fog, and it kind of gives us another, and then it boom, 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 and it kind of starts moving off real fast in the opposite direction of the fog. It did not like that. It did not like the fog. And it is going deeper into the jungle. It's moving the opposite direction of where you were heading. It's not moving towards the beach. It's moving deep into the jungle.
What? Flying dash worked. Except I was the only one who dashed, by the way. I was like,
Are you saying any of this out loud? Are you making noise?
no. I'm internalizing that I feel abandoned by Val.
So, Elara and
Okay.
Val, you guys are both, you're separated from each other. Elara, you are out of the fog. You could walk around the fog, go back to camp. You could go back into the fog. It's, it's up to
I'm
you.
gonna go back to camp and hope that Val does the
Emerges
same once she
eventually.
realizes. Yeah.
Val's gonna wait for the fog to dissipate.
All right. So,
Take a nap.
Elara, you go back to camp and
I just take watch, even though I was already on watch, but
Yeah.
I figured I would
okay.
wait and not wake anybody up since it does sound like he ran off,
Mhm.
and then just keep an ear out. And then if I have to, I'll wake everybody up.
Okay. So roll me a perception check at disadvantage because you're now on the beach. You're no longer in your favorite terrain.
Okay.
I don't know. I need to look up favorite terrain and like what its mechanics are exactly.
I got 6.
Okay. So you're like, oh, I'm so happy to not be in that fog anymore. Honestly, it's really hard to see anything because right in front of you, kind of surrounding the entry to camp. Well, no, I mean, it's in the jungle a bit, but like you can see about 80 feet into the jungle from camp,
Okay.
but then past that, it's just the fog, right? And so you sit there and you're like staring and staring and staring. And eventually, who was going to take third watch? Was it
Tephra?
Tephra?
Tephra.
I think so. Yeah.
I think so.
All right.
I think so as well with me.
So eventually third watch starts. So you wake Tephra up and it's up to you whether or not you explain what's happened.
I do.
Well, doesn't the fog only last for an hour?
It does,
It only
but we were almost done with the second watch when this whole thing started.
Yeah, we
think
were.
we're only-
We were.
Because
No, we
Micah did first watch.
I did not take a
No,
watch.
no.
I
Laura was first watch because it was only 3 hours into the watch. I was
Okay, well
second
then
watch,
who's
started
taking
first
second watch? Excuse me. Sorry. The next watch is starting. That's what I'm
It's
saying.
me.
Oh,
It's me.
Oh,
well,
So, but the fog cloud dissipates after an hour, and so
I know, but it's,
and I can
that's
come
what
back
that's
to camp then.
yes, Katie. I know that's what I'm trying to say. I'm saying that
Yeah.
the watch is about to end, but the fog cloud overlaps about 5 minutes with second watch. Okay.
right. Okay.
So it's just me narratively pushing the story along that we're getting through the night, that the fog, that it's been an hour. And so you guys
I'm just making sure that we don't skip a couple hours
I hear
that
you.
are vital to us because
I
I'm
hear
not
you.
just gonna sit there when the fog's done. When the
I
fog's
hear
gone.
you. I hear
Okay.
you. All right. So
But
basically,
I need
Laura,
to rest. So
yep,
yeah.
you're supposed to wake up Val, but Val's in the fog, but you're hoping you know your own spell. You know that the fog should be dissipating by now.
My arms
So-
are crossed, waiting for her to come back.
Yeah. So Val, you've been sitting and you don't know what shapes are anymore. Just the only thing in this world to you is the vastness of white. It's like when you're in a plane and you're descending, right? And you
Yeah.
descend
Oh, I
through the
hate
clouds and there's nothingness. It's just the blank white. And like it's both infinite and infinitely close to you, infinitely far away and infinitely close to you. And then all of a sudden, boom, it doesn't slowly dissipate. It just disappears.
Oh.
And you feel your pupils like contract because the white of the fog had been like refracting the light, and so it was actually brighter because of the fog. And then it goes away, and so now you're trying, or I guess your pupils are expanding as you're trying to see into the darkness of night. Oh, hi, Jod. She doesn't know what shapes are now as opposed to the last 26 years. And as you blink and your eyes adjust to the darkness, you kind of turn and you got really discombobulated because you thought you were facing towards camp, but you realized you were facing deep into the jungle. And so then you turn around and you just see about 80 feet off at the edge of where the jungle meets the beach, you see Elara. Just arms crossed looking at you.
I'm just gonna stand up and just pull one of these. Just 1 second, and then she's gonna walk over and stealthily as she can, and get her dagger out of the.
Fair enough. And also, Elara, I just want to make it clear what you witnessed. You were standing there angry, staring at this huge 40-foot block of cloud. half of it disappears. Okay.
Right.
And then about 30 seconds later, that's when the other half disappears.
Nice.
And you just watch Val, and she's just sitting on the ground, like
covered in grass and mud and sticks.
Covered.
Yeah.
It's covered in dirt. So yeah, I go get my dagger and then just walk back, and I'm like,
okay, I'm going to sleep now because I'm exhausted.
Yep.
But dine and dash meant dash, not just me dash. You said you were going to distract him. I was bait.
I take Elara by the shoulders. I'm like, if he had started coming towards you, I would have started screaming like all hell and run in the opposite direction of where I shoved you. Okay, and he would have come after me, and you would have had to get Mycha and Eku and Tephra and save me, because I'd have been a cat up a fucking tree. I was gonna run and try to get up a tree to get away from this terrifying creature. And I don't know how, but I love your fucking bone cloud.
Okay, fine. I'm just really
But I'm
tired.
like, and then I have her shoulders, and I just like yank her into a hug, and I'm like, I'm so glad we lived.
I love you so much, man. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed now.
We're just the idiot siblings.
All right. So, Val, your heart, takes a while to regulate as you start your watch. Elara, you go to sleep. Val, roll me a perception check. Tephra, is everything okay on your end? Is there a reason that your camera off? Is everything all good?
Yes, I got a mess on the floor, so I've been cleaning that up.
Okay, gotcha.
8.
Okay. And that was second watch. And then Tephra, so 4 hours later, Val, you shake Tephra awake. And it is now Tephra's watch. Will you roll me a perception check, please?
Yes, ma'am. Perception. Boop. 12.
12. Okay. You sit and you stare into the jungle. And sometimes you think your mind is tricking you, that you see shapes, but then you blink and they're gone. And then you just get this uncomfortable sense. Like the back of your neck is prickling.
Oh, no.
You turn. You expect to see eyes staring back at you in the jungle, but where that sense of observation had been coming from, suddenly there's nothingness. Just the ghost of a chuckle on the wind.
A chuckle? Oh, I don't like that.
Mm.
I'm gonna sit here and do nothing. But I'm gonna be on guard.
Yeah. Mycha, in your dreams, which started off in your tiredness so peacefully, you feel the jungle closing in around you. A place where normally you think you would thrive. There's a deep, deep sense of unease. And you open your eyes and you're annoyed because it's not sun yet. It's not daylight outside. It doesn't even look like it's close to dawn. But you move to, wake up and get ready for the day, and you look down and the entire bottom of your tent is crawling in ants. Every inch of surface is crawling in ants. They're everywhere. They're all over the tarp. They're all over your skin. You try and brush them off and you can, and you shake awake and there's nothing on you and you're fine. Mm-hmm. But again, the ghost of a chuckle in the air. And you fall back asleep or not. That's up to you.
I want this full rest.
Go fall back asleep then. And then the final watch passes and everybody, you can wake for the day.
Yay. Does that mean
Yes, you can knock off a full rest, and if you had any points of exhaustion, you can recover them. I think nobody is exhausted anymore. I don't think anybody had more than a point.
I still have 1 level because I got 2 in 1 day.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so Mycha is still exhausted a little bit. And you are going to run through your morning situation. So Mycha, if you're going to create water for people, mark off that spell slot. And Tephra, roll temperature. Elara, roll wind. And Val, roll precipitation, please. And it is day 13 of the campaign.
11.
9.
4.
Give me 1 second. Okay, day 13 begins. So, Tephra, I told you were rolling for temperature, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it is cooler today, which compared to yesterday, which was well above 100 degrees. I mean, yesterday was probably 105 or something crazy like that. It is now about 10 degrees cooler, so it does feel a little relieving, but still warm. And who rolled for wind? Who rolled for wind?
I think that was me.
And what'd you
9?
roll? A 9. The air is stagnant.
Oh no.
And who rolled for precipitation?
A 4.
You rolled a 4, and there is no rain. In fact, it is unusual now that you've had this many days without rain. Mycha, why don't you go ahead and roll me a d20 to determine if it is sunny or not?
10.
Okay, so it's another partly cloudy day. So Val, we're just going to have to take it case by case whether or not you are at disadvantage or not.
Gotta get Val a big hat.
We talked about that. She was looking for sunglasses. She was looking for all this stuff, but just mechanically, drows have such great elements to them. But this is one of the negatives of drows, and it's that in bright sunlight she'll be at disadvantage. And no matter how, for flair and flavor, you are welcome to dress her up and stuff like that. But that's still going to be an element because that's the race that she chose. All right, and Eku doesn't need to roll. She wasn't exhausted yesterday. All right, let me bring the, and we are going to end it soon, but I just want to get us where we can go. So let me add this back to the stage. You guys have made it to the cusp of the mouth of the river Tirki. And today will be about transversing that. And depending on how fast you go, if you decide to go quickly, let's see, 1, 2. Yeah, we can just say that by the end of today, you could be entering the gates of Port Nyanzaru, depending on how it goes.
Okay.
So, is there anything you guys want to do? Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was going to ask, if we move quickly, will we be exhausted?
There's chances you can be. So if you don't move quickly, and the temperature is normal, you don't have to roll the Constitution saving throws. If the temperature is extreme and you're moving normal, you will have to roll con saves. If you are, if temperature is extreme and you're moving fast, theoretically, I should have done this yesterday, but I didn't. You should be rolling con saves at disadvantage. And if you move slowly, no matter how extreme the temperature is, yada yada, you do not have to roll the con saves.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks for that clarification.
You're welcome.
Well, Mycha's still exhausted, so I suggest we kind of go at a medium pace as opposed to a fast pace. What do you guys think?
So
What did we say the weather was today? The temperature?
It is warm, but not extreme. Stagnant air and partly cloudy.
Mycha, do you think you could handle the possibility of another level of exhaustion?
Yeah,
Because
I feel like we can start off going quickly, and if things go downhill, we actually slow down this time. And I want to look pointedly at Val.
Val's just going to raise her eyebrows and not say anything. She's going to stare right back at Mycha. She's not going to fucking flinch. She doesn't feel bad at all.
You're gonna feel bad when your healer dies.
Does Micah say this?
No, not gonna.
Okay.
We're just gonna let them both simmer. I feel like
Yeah.
Val and Micah are both like deal with it on their own kind of people.
Oh,
Yeah.
Keep it inside.
Micah's gonna get over this, but they've got to be pissy about it first.
Hey, I'm just happy that Micah is mad at Val and not me. So
Before the morning, like kind of not before the morning starts, but like as people are like packing up, I'm gonna go over to Elara and just very quietly be like, "So did we tell them about the incident last night, or should we just keep that as?"
I honestly, it's got my adrenaline going, so it's an advantage to me today. But I don't know. Yeah, maybe we should just to keep an eye out.
So they know that this is a creature we saw. Maybe Echo or Micah can tell us what the fuck that thing was. Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah.
Oop, he doesn't exist in this universe. Oh, Loth.
I'll let you talk to Iku, Echo, whatever. I don't even care what her name is, but I'll let you talk to her.
Okay. All right.
I don't really like her.
Okay.
Just between you and me. Don't tell her. I'm she probably knows, but you know.
Yeah, I don't
trust her.
I trust her to get us where we're going. I don't know if
I don't know, man.
trust her
She
on something
abandoned you.
else.
She said you were dead. She did not want to look for you. It was like, just saying.
Wow.
Keep that in mind when you think of her. But I'm keeping it on the low down, even though she can obviously tell because I can't hide my expressions. But I don't think she likes.
Close eye. I'll keep a close eye on her, and I'll try to get close to her so that
You
there's something
keep
out.
closer. Yeah, because I just can't. I can't do it. I can't act.
You're young yet. You'll figure it out.
I'm like, well, I'm learning from the best.
Okay, so when we get started, Val is going to, as we start walking, Val is going to be like, "Hey guys, so we ran into a creature last night. We managed to get it to run away because Elara's fog cloud was actually incredible. Honestly, it was. I can't believe we got it to run away, but yeah, it was this giant lizard-like thing, much bigger than those what were they called in Port Answer? The raptor things?
The Velociraptors.
The Velociraptors. It had tiny arms, but a humongous face with all these fangs and yellow eyes, and it was very loud. So I'm actually surprised no one woke up to hear it. But I guess we were pretty tired after yesterday, so something to keep an eye out for.
Eku says, "Oh my, you came across a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
A Taya what?
A Tyrannosaurus Rex, the king of the jungle. They are deadly. You are smart to not try and engage it."
I'm gonna pull out my monster book and do like flipping through and showing pictures. Like, do any of these sketches look like what you saw?
Yeah, and the Volo's Guide to Monsters would have a small entry on the T-Rex. Not very large. That's one of the reasons why Volo came to Cholt, was to try and expand on his knowledge. But there is a picture and some information about the fact that their bite is deadly. Like, can rip a person in half in a single bite.
Good to know.
Oh my god.
Can you turn into one of these, Mecca?
Yeah.
I don't think so. That might be a little beyond my skill level.
Just a smidge beyond. Just a
Dang.
smidge.
We'll try it in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Because that would be very helpful in combat if their bites are deadly like that.
I think the closest thing I can get is a crocodile. That seems a little bit anticlimactic compared to this guy.
Hey,
Well,
that's
at least you got
dangerous.
long arms. Because this guy had the teeniest arms I've ever seen on a single creature.
Yeah.
They were kind of funny, actually. But, not funny in the moment when he's absolutely fucking terrifying.
I know. Don't scientists now think that the T-Rex actually just had massive wings and not actual arms? So anyway, whatever.
Whoa, what?
Interesting.
Yeah. And that's
That
just
is research I have not heard.
it's just because that's like, what's the point of them? The little baby tears. Like, what's the point of them? That they're kind of like a big ostrich is what they think they actually look like now. It's just really big ostrich.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Way
Trust
to
me.
ruin
That's
Chop's
worse.
That's not what they look like here. Not in Chalt. They look like, the Jurassic Park
Jurassic Park.
version. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly
Slay.
what they look like. Yeah.
Before we leave, I want to collect a lock of hair from everyone, and I want to tie it a little.
I was
Say a little
hoping
bow,
Tephra,
gonna
if you
give
don't
it to
already have it. Tephra, if you don't already have it, I'm gonna give you inspiration for that because I was hoping somebody would pick up on that and do that.
Oh,
Thanks.
Should we
Like, I
all
was thinking
have a
all
bundle?
night. Well, only Echo can do the spell, so
Right.
That's
But,
what I was
like, what
I'm
if-
gonna give it to Echo.
Oh, give it to Echo. Okay, good idea to give it to Echo. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, this is gonna, enhance your spell. I'm gonna keep an eye out for something that's worth a bajillion gold. So just in case.
I think we
Very
should-
intelligent of you.
Yeah.
But I think we should have it either be held in the Birkenbra or in the bag of holding. Just to be safe.
No, I'm giving it to Echo because she's the one who can do the spell. And the
Yeah,
story.
I will
You can use
protect
it.
I will protect them.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. What
can you use
spell
it
are we talking
for?
about? What $bazillion thing?
This is while you were on your beach episode, so don't worry about it.
There was a spell to try to find you.
Mm-hmm.
How much is the map worth?
It's the map would not be. It's complicated, but I need something that can be a focus for my magic. The map would not serve this purpose.
Oh.
But that's a good idea. The map is priceless, truly.
Yeah, but it is kind of also just a piece of paper.
Yes, correct. There's no conduit.
Okay.
Nothing to.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Val says, totally not seeing it all because she doesn't really understand magic.
Val is not a magic person.
She has 2 spells and that's it. And those 2 spells are both light.
That's funny. That's amazing. All right. So you guys are heading out for the day.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to say, everybody, and you're going at a normal pace initially or fast initially? And then
We're going to start off fast, but if things start to go downhill, we're going to stop and reassess.
Okay. So hello? Where's the map? Oh, we're fine. No worries. Everybody chill.
Okay.
We're fine. Where to go? Hello? Am I dumb? I mean, yes, but there it is. I see it. That's so
It's
annoying.
been on screen for us for a while.
No, I know, but then I need to find it to actually manipulate it. Okay, so you guys make it. Please don't do this to me again. There we go. You guys make it right here. We're gonna say, somebody, Mycha, roll me a d20 just on the off chance.
Okay.
On the off chance. Don't roll an 18 or higher, please.
What was that? Hello? Did anyone hear that?
15.
Woo.
I moved my mic around, Devesha, if you heard something weird. All right, so I'm gonna say this. Everybody roll me a Constitution saving throw because you have been going at a fast pace, but it's been uninterrupted, uneventful. Echo's okay.
That was so close to an 18, and instead it's an 8.
I got a 13.
9.
It's 19.
Okay, Mycha, you really thought you had it in you today. You really did. But unfortunately, you start slowing down and the whole party has to slow down with you. I am going to say that you guys still did make it to the river Tirki, whatever. And Tephra, you also feel yourself getting really tired. You're not slowed down, but you feel a little woozy from how fast you guys have been going in the heat. So you also have a point of exhaustion, and Mycha has 2 points of exhaustion. But you do make it to the edge of the jungle. It gets inherently more swampy. You know, you were in jungle along the beach, kind of walking along the coast, and now it's getting mucky, muddy swamp. Alara's like, hell yeah, this is my vibe. This is my situation. Okay. And you guys have made it to the mouth of the river Tirki, and we will start next episode with the crossing of said river. But for now, I'm going to remove this. I'm going to get us back into our normal position. And that is the session for today. Everybody give yourself a round of applause for surviving yet another episode of Tomb of Annihilation. It really was mourning Val and Elara when that got randomly rolled for a T-Rex. But then I was like, that's so unfair because I rolled that. None of you guys rolled that. That's my bad as the DM. Like that's my bad. And I was like, let me look at how deadly this encounter is. Like maybe because they're a high level and there are a lot of them like action economy, like did that. Nope, not with Eku. With like nope, deadly across the board. So I was like, okay.
Well, Val and Elara managed to wiggle out of that one.
Yeah.
So after you put yourself into it.
Yeah, it was the whole going off into the woods alone thing that I was like, really? But you know, I had to make
sure it wasn't coming near our camp. I feel like it made sense for our characters to like scope it out. It just so happened that we were also exhausted, unfortunately, but we lived.
You did.
We all gave it like 5-10 minutes to see.
Yeah. And we were joined by Jod and Miley. Thank you so much, Miley, for being here today. We hope that you were, thank you for being here today. We hope that you were able to have a restful Sunday morning and get some work done while we were yapping in the background. Hope that you were able to plan your D&D vibes. Yeah, because Miley asked, is this a good time for me to finish planning my D&D session? And I say yes. Backstage we can schedule next time, but I did want to say everybody can go into D&D Beyond and give themselves 600 XP because the for surviving the T-Rex attack, that's not as much as you would have gotten if you would have killed it, but you would not have been able to kill it. It would have absolutely wrecked the crap out of all of you. And you guys would have all had to make new characters or we would have rotated. I was emotionally prepared for that. I was not emotionally prepared for that. So anyway, does that get you guys to level 5, that 600?
No, we still need about 700 more.
Woof! That escalator, man. It really does. It really does take a while, but you're getting close. You're getting close. All right. Well, does anybody have any final things to say or to note before we say goodbye? Theoretically, I'm being so for real. I know I say this every time, but I'm being so for real. Now that we're in the hex crawl, now that we're in the jungle, I'm going to really try every 2 weeks, every Sunday, every other Sunday is what I'm trying to say here. Okay. I am traveling 2 Sundays from now, but we're still going to make it happen. I can do it from my laptop. That's fine. We're going to try and make it happen. Okay.
You can do 2 Sundays in a row. Since you're traveling next Sunday.
I'm also traveling next Sunday. I'm so sorry.
Wallace is traveling every single Sunday for the rest of forever.
You guys want to know this? Okay, so I am traveling for just the weekend, this weekend. And then next weekend, wait, hold on. Today is the 23rd. I fly out on the 28th, I come back on the 30th. Then I fly out on the 4th and don't come back until the 14th. So
will you be in Dallas that time? Not to give people your locale. Sorry. We can talk about that later.
I will. Yeah. Anyway, thank you everybody for being here today. Let me go back to the tavern. This is what I'm supposed to do every time because remember, we come out. There are layers to this experience, right? We are 4 writers all in our individual rooms. But in reality, we're on a streamer call. But in not reality, we are hanging around a table at a tavern where we're playing Dungeons and Dragons. So there are several realities we have to come out of every single time. And I don't do it properly every time. But
there are many meta layers.
I am a woman on the move. Thank you very much, Miley. And with that to say, everybody wave goodbye. See you guys and I mean it, just a couple weeks. Bye, everybody.